Stuart Dew, so a fair bit of goal-kicking potential on the Port Adelaide bench.
Nathan Eagleton, a great story this season. Thrown in. Laid again, doing brilliantly. Could be a problem for the Crows. Bond mishandled, hasn't got the ball. He was manhandled. He'll get the free kick on the outer side half-back flank. From a premiership player with the West Coast Eagles. Drives it out wide. That's an intelligent kick to another former Eagle. Braden Lyle just forward of the wing. Corns comes on the lead. The kick goes in that direction. Bassett right there with him. Half chance at the back for French. Crashing in his Corns. And the ball is across the boundary line.
And interchange for the Crows. Allen, Bond, Norman Allen, Jamison.
And from people all around Australia, there is the weather forecast for here in Adelaide. Ideal conditions for football. And here come the Adelaide Crows running it on out half-back towards this near wing. Burton in front position, slaps it to himself, then can't get the kick away, comes back at it. The pressure from Daniels is good, right there with him. That's one-on-one training you do on Tuesday nights. Out in space, but it's the Crows that win it out. Pushing on now into the forward line. Rodram's kick, probing into the pocket. Well done, Jarman.
Was that class energy, Johnny?
Just superior judgment of the ball in flight.
Just his body work there just seems to put Wilson just a bit out of it.
Jarman steps around on the right foot. That's 56 for the year.
The Paris-Dakar Rally, 7,000 kilometres across the scorching deserts of North Africa. In a race that most don't even finish, the mighty Pajero has dominated. Its nearest rival, the mid-sized Mitsubishi Challenger. Now Mitsubishi has developed the Pajero EO. All the toughness and durability you'd expect, but in a more compact form. Mitsubishi, the toughest four-wheel drives from here to Timbuktu. It is Mitsubishi.
As Terry said, 56 goals on the season for Darren Jarman. Already a career high. His previous best was 46 back in 96. His best effort in the Showdown is 4. Laid knocks it down at his feet. Bickley, a hand pass, gained about 5 metres. Brewer put the body in trouble. Immediately surrounded. Another ball up. And what about Brett Burton on the wing? Maybe that's his move. Maybe he practices that at training. Diamond Dallas Page has got the diamond cutter, hasn't he? And that's his move. So bounce alongside the centre circle. Won by Robran. Dragged off at Stevens. Lyle. McLeod's got him.
Dennis, you mentioned Brett Burton. A day like today with conditions like this, it's just a matter of time before he takes off.
It's a question of when, isn't it?
The Birdman, as Drew Morford calls him.
How high? At tax time. Blade flicks it down behind. Kingsley. Over the ball, over the shoulder. Kingsley to get the free. Best in fairest last season.
Well, it's just going to be one of the matchups today. Kingsley on Costa, Franco on McLeod, and Braden Lyle on Bickley.
Mead did very well peeling off, offering the lead forward of the wing, goes down towards the pocket, and Cockatoo Collins. Hart knocks it away. Hart tracks it brilliantly. Hand passes to his own advantage. Well played by Hart. Kicks it up towards the wing. Beautiful finish too. Jarman's got it, wants to go. Takes on the men on the mark. Just gets away. And now he runs around the outer side, kicking down towards half forward.
The pack form, Burton tries to go the first one there, Bruce. Didn't complete it. Kingsley quickly off the ground towards the outer wing, and Connell takes the mark.
Terry, I wonder what's going through Connell's mind, because the coach been very critical of his kicking. We'll begin to see what he does.
Well, this one he's picked out Rashudo on the outer side. Rashudo, who was in very good form last week, picking up a heap of football. Kicks towards the square. They fly. The rover at the bottom can't break on through. Stevens quickly across the face of goal, rolling towards the boundary line. And both players, Jarman and Wilson, happy to see it go over. Probably the happier was Wilson.
Very happy. Yes, I think they did a big job, like Wilson on Jarman and also Hart on Cockatoo Collins.
So the ball thrown in some 30 metres around from the Crows' goal. Vardy charges in upon it. Opportunity come on out, can't. Bond, Shane Bond trying to get out, wrapped up in the Jarman tackle. The umpire's a good look at it. Now decides to bounce it.
He thought about it, the umpire.
He has to make the decision as to whether Bond had an opportunity. Well, I think he half did when he took on Binky. Smart charges it. Lade drops it down to Franco. He's under all sorts of pressure. Burton quickly. It's rolling across the face of the goal. This time Wilson is happy to have a go at the football. Works the lead on the outer side and the Port Power relief into the centre of the ground.
Lovely kick too. Schofield is away. One bounce through the centre square. Probing kick inside the 50. Bassett was up. Couldn't hang on. Goodwin knocks it behind. Trying to crash his way through was Hart. He's taken down and the crowd will not like that. Penalised for holding the ball. I was watching the umpire at the other end. He was like a batsman who played and missed. He half gave the decision.
Yeah, that's a very good call there.
And just at the other end, Darren Jones just bringing to the attention of the umpire at the Adelaide Pros end that there wasn't too much difference between those two.
But he's speaking for 30,000 fans, isn't he? They all said the same thing. What about down there, you mate?
There's about 30,000 that said correct decision, umpire too.
Team balance, well done, Abba. So Cockatoo Collins going at his second right here. Some doubt before the start of the game about him playing. Kicks from right on the 50. Has it got the carry? Has it got the legs? Yes, it has. Across the line. Goal.
Aye, we were off for a wee break with the Wains and the collar was like a cow. And would you know about Kennett? Clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm stood there right glaikit with the Wains shouting, "Oh, Farah, you ken you're nothing but a big dunderhead." So I skedaddled right into Ultratune and told the laddie about the clunk, clunk, clunk. He says, "Oh, your shock absorbers are out the windy, man," and made a rare job of them. Understood me perfectly, he did.
Well, they say in a good game of football, you don't notice the umpires. We are only minutes into this one, and the Port Power fans, and more importantly, the Crow fans know they're out there. Rashudo breaks out of the centre bounce. The half forward, Burton's up, he's got it. Inside the contest, Burton jumps, completes the mark.
It's one of many worlds. He's just unbelievable. He's taken Adelaide by storm down here.
Inexperience there by the Port backman for allowing him room to jump. Like, they've got to stop that jump on the ground.
He'll put on 8 kilos during the off-season with all those chocolates, won't he?
Brett Burton from right on 50. Goes long. It's drifted slightly, and that applause from behind the goals is obviously from Port Power fans because he's missed. And Adelaide now trailing just by the single behind. So the ball moving quickly from end to end. Paxman, second most experienced Port Power player. Gavin Wanganeen playing game number 175, Paxman 163. And Franco, if you don't mind, fends off with the hand, being spoken to by the umpire. Don't do that again. I'm not sure why they say don't do that again. It's either legal or illegal. Transfer across here. There's danger for the Power because the kick didn't get towards Bogue. As they go, Wilson it is. His handball back inside. Quickly to half forward. An opportunity. Free kick surely. Stevens doing the arm work over the top of Barnaby French, but the umpire this time allows it to go on a little bounce at half forward.
Just that kick then from Stephen Daniels was probably a little bit lazy, bit undisciplined there. He had the man there, should have kicked it to him nice and easy.
The Power by a point. Laid brilliantly down into the path of Stevens, 60 metres out. Turns around the defence, tugs it back towards the middle, but Bassett's in the road. Smart breaks for him. That's the direction the kick takes. Good work by Costa. Ran Brewer off the ball, but it's a Shepherd too far away, says the umpire. And that's a very tough call.
It's a very tough call, I thought. Well, I think you've got to try and look after your teammate. And a nice little Shepherd there from Costa. 5 metres away from the ball. I thought that was a fair call.
Yeah, I think you're right. Hart goes around the outer side, close to the boundary line. Still a live ball. Bickley to right half forward, centering kick. Jarman surrounded, loose ball, bounces towards the pocket. Wanganeen arches the backhand, passes towards the line, tapped across the line by Mead. That last one at the other end, very interesting because the ball was closer actually to the Shepherder than it was to the player it was intended to go to, if that makes sense. Don't look at me blankly, Terry. Put Adelaide by a point, boundary throw in. Lade taps it down. Here's Bond running out of space, but he's got enough. Gets it over the top to Lyle. Coming hard was Bickley. Brewer Well played by Port. Just kept it going their way, and now Kingsley is on.
He's taken a couple of bounces on the outer side. That's 3. He's got as much room as he wants. He can carry now towards 50. Brings the handball back on board to Schofield. He steps around through the slide and chases beyond McLeod. Just wonderful football, Andy McLeod. The moment lapses there for the Port Power, and the Crows have the chance to turn it back their way. Rashuda on the outer side. Wonderful chase from McLeod. 100 games today. Tyson on the outer side. Free kicks, Port Adelaide 5, Adelaide Crows 1. Lade spoils it down, only in the path of Costa. His forward handball, looking for Burton, doesn't get there. Daniels comes through, Burton does the tackling. They all fall upon it, and the ball will be bounced. Half forward flank for Adelaide Crows to the outer side. And Schofield, he thinks he's clear.
Yeah, probably a bit of a lack of talk in there by Kingsley, and maybe even put a shepherd on.
Yep. You should never leave your mates behind.
Never leave them there, boys, that's correct.
Bounce on the outer side. 1 point. Port Adelaide leading. 8 minutes of play left in the first quarter. Connell can't get away from the Franco tackle. That's holding the ball surely. And umpire Brett Allen, the man in the middle of the ground, awards that free kick to the Power. Into Stevens. He has room in the centre of the ground. Pounds the ball into the forward line. It's 1-on-1. Floats over. The free kick not awarded there. Umpire Andrew coached that end. And the ball pressure relieved over the boundary line in front of Stevens. But the heat is on everyone here at Footy Park.
Terry, just wonder after that dubious free kick that put Adelaide got a goal, whether Barnaby French is going to get any frees at all today.
Thrown in.
My poor old Barnaby.
For a shootout towards the boundary line. Stevens won't get there in time. It's out.
A very sympathetic Neil Curley.
Now, Bruce, a big test for the Port Power forward line this week with Lockwood and Treadray out.
Well, tell me, Lockwood got through a full game yesterday. Warren Treadray, he was fit, he wanted to play, but with the guarantee of the 8, the extra week with a hamstring, probably a bonus.
French, clean possession. Good bounce there for Stevens. Smart comes away, kicks towards midfield. Robran marks it. Plays on immediately, running down towards centre half forward. Robran kicks from 60 metres out. It's a telling kick too, just offline. Hit the post, just offline. Becky going back.
Dennis, what we're seeing here today, we're seeing attacking football. Like with the pressure off Port now to get a place in the finals, both teams are playing all-out attack.
And that was after Malcolm Blight talking about an ugly down the trenches game. I think the conditions and the freedom that both teams now have, you're going to see a great game today.
Most enjoyable so far. Lyle comes out wide. This is Wanganeen. He's at right half back. Scores a level, 2-2 apiece. Wanganeen up towards the wing. Bode had it fisted away from behind by Goodwin. Brewer hard against the line, going nowhere.
That's Gavin Wanganeen's first kick for the game, and maybe a little bit underdone this week. He's had a bit of tonsillitis during the week, so hopefully he can run the game out quite well.
So the ball thrown in centre wing, scores level. Lade gets the quick kick out of that contest. Bounces and favours the Port Power. Eventually ends up with Nick Stevens. His kick into the pocket floats beautifully to Barnaby French, but he couldn't take the mark. Mark Stevens just did enough there to upset him. And so another boundary throw in half forward for Port Power.
Maybe then was a big Barnaby French, maybe try to mark it his hands in. Should have tried to do that.
French tries to bring it over the back, has a second go at it. Arm over the shoulder from Stevens, that's allowed to go. Smart's underneath the contest, and the ball will be bounced once again.
They've had the ability so far, the power to develop some looseness with players coming out of defence, going through the midfield area.
They've had some big breaks from half back.
That's right.
Inside 50 at the moment, it's Port Adelaide 11, Adelaide just 7. So they've been able to get there, but the last line of defence of the Crows has stood stoutly. They'll be tested here again, you would think. No, Burton does the heavy work. Here they come now. They're inside 50 again, Port Adelaide. Goodwin does the tackling. Handball doesn't come on out there from James of Port Power, and again it's held up. So the defence of the Crows under all sorts of pressure, but they are standing up to it.
Ben Hart's had a stellar season, and the form's just continuing today.
Had 2 goals kicked on him, Abba, so far.
See there with Nigel Smart, he's trying to tag Jared Schofield, but Brewer is on smart, so it's all a bit of a merry-go-round at the moment.
Good matchup on the boundary too. Great quarter being given. Schofield goes down with the outside of the boot. How about that one by Corns? Here's Daniel claiming the credit.
Welcome to the Crown in Ranella.
Jewis.
Oxford Landing Chardonnay, $7.99.
Jewis Scar, 700 mil, $25.99. Jacobs Creek Sparkling,
$8.99.
Western Export, Camden Stubbies,
$23.99 a carton.
Jacobs Creek Table Wines,
$7.99. Sweet.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local sip and save.
Well, have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Chad Corns made his debut in the Showdown earlier this year. Look at this, the outside of the foot, and brings it all the way back to pick up a goal.
How can it go at that angle? That's almost impossible, isn't it? It's got at right angles there off the ball.
We'll let the biomechanics work on that one, Dennis.
They're busy at the tribunal.
Robert, he's been good for the Crows in around the centre bounce work.
Dennis, they tell me Nick Stevens is pretty good at 8 ball as well, which would have been the angle.
Now, Kells, they also tell me that Chad Corns has done that for the local competition for Glenelg T.
I'm sick and tired of hearing it.
So there's no luck in that.
Connell again from the second bounce up towards half forward. Charging on at it. Burton again. He's been a live wire in the first quarter. Kicks up towards the goal square. Getting back Benke. Has he collected it? No, he hasn't. At ground level, it's an opportunity for the Crows. Forced there by the Adelaide power defence. Vardy just couldn't get his foot to it at ground level. Benke does extremely well. A second go, but then drops a chance. Vardy swoops upon it. And 3 Port Power defenders put the pressure on him, force it through for the one behind. 3-2-20. Adelaide 2-3-15. Paxman to the outer side. No one takes the mark, cracks the sun in the eyes. McLeod, Burton off the ground. Here's danger. Jarman bounces it. Can't squeeze it through. Ever so close.
Well, Royals, this is pretty football. I think the last couple of weeks both sides have been criticised for being slow, ugly football, but certainly today is going to be a fabulous game.
Paxman to Daniels. He made his debut in the first ever Showdown back in '97. The game Port won by 11 points. He's in the back pocket. Sea of faces behind him. Both clubs well represented. Daniels drives it around the boundary line towards the wing. Corns was up very high. McLeod. Stevens has got him. A lot of talent right there. Strong tackle applied by Corns. It's going to be a free kick, is it? No, holding the ball against Jarman, I fancy, on the outer side. Corns has got the free just moments ago. Kicked a wonderful goal. Under 4 minutes till quarter time. Goes for distance. Long down towards half forward, laid up in front. Franco, 6 possessions now, feeds it wide. Kingsley hard against the boundary line, pulls it back to the pocket, tailor-made for the defender. Goodwin comes over the top and pumps it defiantly. It's out of bounds in the pocket. Pretty even. With Adelaide ahead by 4, but they've got a slight breeze, which has freshened since the opening moments of this game. Got to say that. Goodwin comes away. Kicks towards the outer side wing. Wade and Lyle. Lyle has it now, just forward of the wing. Centres the ball and finds Schofield.
Schofield in the centre square has a target. Paxman's run on down the ground for him. Does it reach him? Yes! No! Such a fine line as to whether that was going to be made or not.
He's done that quite a bit, Royce, in the air. Paxman coming down. He loves to sneak down through the midfield and score a goal. I think the best he's kicked is 2 or 3, so great effort.
So just half a metre outside of that one. Either, Steve, you're a half a metre slow, or the kick was half a metre out in front. Port Power working at their half-forward line. Paxman has returned to full back.
Terry Nathan Eagles, and he's already been up to the interchange bench once and sat down, and now he's coming back again with just a couple of minutes to go.
There is 2.5 minutes of play left in this first quarter at Football Park. Franco has got no mates, they all left him. And he's been given the free kick for too high.
Free kicks well. Port Adelaide fans will be happy. 8 to Adelaide 1.
That's significant. So Port Power with the free kicks. They also have the aid of the breeze.
And Neil Curley's nodding his head.
And Barnaby French hasn't had one yet. Poor old Barnaby.
Josh Franco played the first 55 games that Port Power played in. He's pushed this one right to the line. The Adelaide defence is there. They force it through for a behind. So they move to 21 points. Adelaide 16.
I think this is about what the win would be. Maybe one goal towards the right of screen.
Ben Hart looking to bring it in. Smart's off the ground. Bond is on for the Crows. Eagleton still waiting his chance. Goodwin's got the footy now in the pocket. Comes up towards the half-back flank. It's 3-on-1. The one prevails, actually. Brewer got a fist on it.
Dennis, you have to wonder why Nigel Smart, his body language as he ran past Troy Bond was of no interest whatsoever in what was happening.
I'd agree with that. It wasn't good.
I think he's just had a bit of trouble picking up Jared Schofield with Brewer trying to get onto Smart. So
you're spot on there, Rat.
Franco missed the ball. Smart very good last week. One of the few players to get a kick. Lyle combining with Schofield, but not effectively. The ball across the boundary line.
Bowed off for Eagleton.
So Eagleton coming on with 1:35 remaining in this opening period. Bright sunny day, showdown number 6. Plenty of atmosphere. French directs it down. Connell in trouble, lost it. Brewer dives on top of it. Port lead by 5 points approaching quarter time. Cockatoo Collins has booted 2 goals. Stevens and French wrestle. Brewer comes over the top. Bickley, is he taken high? He was across the boundary line. We'll get the free kick. Mark Bickley sends play up towards the wing. Laid over the top. Connell did pretty well in a tight situation. Now he's got problems. Threw it. The umpire saw it. Advantage is paid. Eagleton got it from Franco. Franco's been very good in the opening term. Eagleton running across the ground. His wind assisted going in that direction. Kicks it inside the 50. We're down to 40 seconds. Cockatoo Collins brilliantly done. Wide works the angle. Snaps the goal.
Clever football there by Port Adelaide. Shay Cockatoo Collins saw late just in his corner of his eye. Nathan Egan, probably a bit of a wobbly kick. Fortunate was for them. As you see, he has a quick look. See Lade over there. Takes that. Lade, very clever big man. Very good on his feet. Kicks a fantastic goal.
Shay Cockatoo Collins, the busy man in the forward line for Port Power. Sets Lade up. Big man, very happy to get it there. So Lade gets his first goal. Cockatoo Collins has 2. And Chad Corns a miraculous single for Port Power. Crows from the centre bounce. Can't get away. McLeod. And he's in underneath it. He can't find the football either. Just a 1 kick, 1 handball to Andy McLeod so far. Had a birthday just a few days ago, but 100 games today. Already 2 premierships, 2 Norm Smith medals, and a best and fairest with Adelaide Crows. 23 years of age. Bond. It's Troy Bond trying to get his way through. Showdown number 6 hasn't left any fans disappointed in the first quarter. Port Adelaide have been able to put 4 goals on the board with the breeze. Adelaide have got 2 into it.
So the margin 11 points at quarter time. 4-3 to 2-4. Heard Curl say that's about the worth of this breeze. There's a man who's had a very good term, very good season. Brendan Lade, unheralded, but does so much. And speaking of big men and birthdays, Sean Wren had a birthday during the week. Already one of Adelaide's all-time greats. We hope that rehab is going okay.
On Today Tonight,
it's me,
Adelaide's great imposter.
I am who I am.
He claims to be a world-famous scientist.
I think there's ample proof of who I am.
But he was really just a driving instructor. Now he says he's been a fighter pilot.
That he flew Mustangs and Wirraways.
But the Air Force says he's never served. He keeps getting away with it. Plus the Croc Attack heroes.
Dave jumped on his back.
Saving their mate from certain death and revealing which breads are best for your health. This week on 7.
Adelaide's best home loan, Great Southern Loan, just got better, and here's why. Your salary now goes straight into your loan and repays it quicker. The loan service line gives you easy access to your money as you need it. This flexibility with the low standard variable interest rate and no ongoing fees cannot be arranged by your bank or loan broker. Support the local Adelaide business that is helping thousands of South Australians own their homes sooner. Call Great Southern Loan now for a free brochure.
These prices from Truscott Hi-Fi are so low, I have to stand on tippy-toe just to show them to you. Like this LG 51cm TV, a low $469. And this NEC 6-head stereo VCR, a ridiculous $429. Hitachi 300 digital zoom camcorder, just $849. And Sony 150 watts Dolby Pro Logic Mini Hi-Fi, only $699. That's low, so go to Truscott's, Adelaide's lowest prices with up to 24 months interest-free terms. See ya.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Towards Harvey! Oh, fantastic place, Nobody! Crawford, look at him fly!
Win a big AFL backyard barbecue at your place with 3 players from your AFL team as guests. You'd get a Rinnai AFL barbecue, a signed AFL Guernsey, and a PlayStation with EA Sports AFL 99. Compliments of Don, famous football dogs, the Great Southern AFL Pie, and Tip Top High Five. Just collect 3 wrappers and enter the AFL Wrap. There are loads of other prizes to be won too. Look for Don, famous football dogs, the Great Southern AFL Pie, and Tip Top High Five and win.
See every lounge you ever wanted at the lowest price, or it's free at Discount Lounge Centre, South Australia's largest lounge specialist. Pick up a sofa bed, pick up a bargain and take it home today. Whatever you do, pick it up now or pay way too much. Discount Lounge Centre, Ranella, Parafield and Keswick.
Pizza. But it's gotta be good. Loads of sizzling toppings. No skimping on the cheese. It's gotta be Pizza Hut. Oh, 'cause they taste the best.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding? By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards and car rentals. So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
It's quarter time at Football Park. Port Adelaide lead it by 11 points, 4-3 to 2-4. Cockatoo Collins has booted 2, Lade and Corns the others. Corns a freak goal and singles to Darren Jarman and Smart for the Crows. You can see 8 to 2. Obviously, Wanganeen's got a query over the 2. Gavin Wanganeen, the skipper. And Port, they had slightly more of the ball. They've done more attacking, but the Crows showing the right attitude this afternoon as we go down to Neil Curley and Bruce Abernathy on the boundary.
Hey, we're on, Abba. Hey, Malcolm Blight spent nearly all that quarter-time break instructing Smart, Rasciuto and McLeod not to allow that loose ball stuff coming back Terry through the midfield, and he was very, very instructional to them for about 4 minutes.
At Port Adelaide, as we saw, Mark Beam was told Gavin Wanganeen to go straight to the umpires. Not sure what it was about, especially with the free count. The other thing, about 6 pairs of boots got changed for Port Adelaide. They've gone from the stops back to the rubbers. That's how good conditions are here.
Good on you, Abba. I haven't seen Football Park look better. It generally looks pretty good, but it looks great today.
For the people watching, Dennis, number 32 is Josh Franco. He had his jumper changed.
Thank you. McLeod.
And for the commentators, Red, thank you.
Yes.
Wanganeen was tackled off the ball. He'll get the free kick.
And you talk about birthdays. It was Mark Williams' birthday yesterday, 41st birthday.
Kick comes out wide. This is Daniels. He's at right half back. Sends play up towards the wing. Blade is coming across. Tries to knock the ball onto his own advantage and failed. Stevens comes away. Interesting hand pass. James has got it. Run down by Bond. As a result, the hand pass effective. This is Schofield. Down towards half forward. Lade keeps on running and the big man's away. Down he comes towards right half forward. 60 metres out. The kick isn't a good one. It wobbles down towards full forward. James was there. Some bodies go in pretty strongly. Clear the path for Hart. Eventually it comes to Bassett. Bassett swings it out wide. This is Rashudo. Rashudo up towards right half back. With Adelaide 27. The Crows 16. Connell has got it now. Matt Connell. Particularly good kick. Wobbles up towards the wing. Franco over the ball. Plenty of company going nowhere. Holding the ball, says the umpire. Well, that's an interesting one. He was fronted by McGregor on the opposite side to the umpire. But Britt Allen said he had time.
So there it is. The umpire deeming you didn't get it out. So free kick there to Adelaide. Costa high in towards half forward. The Rovers McLeod, he overruns it. Charging on through is Rashudo. As he does, the ball stays in. Everyone, including Mark Rashudo, stop. He has his second go and slots it in beautifully to Jarman. The game should never stop.
Never. With a player like Rashudo, senior player, look at that mark by Jarman. He is just a strong man.
Terry, there's two Crows forwards they're going to find the afternoon very tough. That is McGregor opposed to Mead and Vardy opposed to Wanganeen.
And here's the third of their forward line in Jarman. He's already kicked one. It looks pretty good.
Tonight. You're a gorgeous little dog. Sometimes a vet's got to do what a vet's got to do.
You get the lead, I'll get the frying pan.
Helping a piddling pooch, as only Dr. Harry can.
Right, we're cooking with gas.
Harry's Practice, tonight on 7. There are good ways to drive.
Oh, gosh.
And there are bad ways to drive.
Oh, then stop. It's going to be absolutely...
But some people will never learn which is best.
That was good, but we're not allowed to go up the footpath.
Learners, 7 o'clock tonight on 7.
Power by 5 points then. 4-3, 3-4. Nothing in this. Attractive game of footy. Free running. Robran on the way down. Had it hit him on the shoulder. McLeod sockers off the deck down towards centre half forward. Luckily it comes to Wanganeen. Great poise though as he goes out wide. Good kick too. Schofield's in front. Straddling Schofield is smart. Tracks the ball. That's a free kick, is it? Schofield's got it. The second incident.
You would hope not.
Yeah, you would hope not.
You would hope that was the free kick there and not that particular one there, Dennis. So we will go with the umpire and go with the first.
Because we are the umpire's friends. Here's Schofield from the wing down towards the 50. They came from all angles. Fell in front. Over the top, Robran. And it's going to be a free kick to Eagleton. Robran claiming holding the ball. Eagleton's got the free for in the back. Plays on 65 metres out. High ball. It'll pitch about 10 metres out from goal. Chance for Hart. Close to the boundary line, Franco. Tyson strong tackle. Got James down. And a bounce. Deep in the pocket.
And it's interchange for the Crows. Allen, Bond, Woolman Allen, Jamison.
Just get the feeling this game has gone up a notch in the last minute or so.
Both coaches at quarter time very keen to get their charges up and going. The first quarter was a beauty. Power led by 11 points. Here's their chance now. Franco towards the top of the square. In fact, it's drifted across. Corns looks to rebound it back. It's come off Bassett's boot, he's claiming. But neither the boundary umpire or the field umpire have any of that.
Terry Port Adelaide's bench, Mark Harwood, Matthew Bode, Nathan Steinberger and Stuart Dew.
So there's just the replay of the incident. Nothing coming of it. Barnaby French tries to get it over the back. Stevens forces his way through. Shaycock to Collins off the ground. And it bounces over the line. Another boundary throw in. Shaycock to Collins. Left the ground last week early in the second quarter with a knee injury. Back out into the fray this week. French just drops it on down. The Crows this way, that way. Brewer intercepts it. Not surely a little chip. That's a class act from the half forward. Great goal, Shane.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning. Do-do-do-do-do-do-da-da-da-da.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
5 goals to 3, and the difference a couple of beauties. One to Corns and this one from Brewer. Sharp angle, great balance. As Pat said, went for the boundary throw in, found the ball on the ground, able to get through and score. 5-3-3-4. Robran with the left hand, still at their feet though. Lade, now Lyle, gets the way to Stevens, inside the centre square, kicks inside the 50. Cockatoo Collins leads back in the race. Bassett though has it, hard against the boundary line. Bassett goes with the left boot, out of bounds on the full. Maybe inside the 50, right on the 50, says the boundary umpire. So Bassett didn't get much purchase on that one. And James, who's a long kick, will kick from a very severe angle. In fact, he won't kick. Cockatoo Collins will get the kick.
Just in the centre hit-outs, boys. Port's got 5, Adelaide to 1, but the clearances, Adelaide's got 7 to Port Adelaide 3. So Lade's doing a fabulous job in the air, but just there on boards, just can't get away from it.
Cockatoo Collins off his step, short towards the pocket. Mead.
And Dennis, if Port Adelaide kick any more goals from angles like they have been, then Neil Curley's head's going to shake off.
Mead just the 1 goal this season. And a class forward would be happy to go close from here.
He's going to give McGregor the run around today, Mead.
He's a backman, Dennis. Call it.
Well, the breeze has dropped. Nothing to speak of. The drop of the ball not flash though, but it's bending, it wobbles. It's a goal.
Hi. Listen, I'm really sorry about what happened. Is there anything I can do to help get your car back on the road?
Well, with Amy, they're taking care of everything.
Quotes?
Done.
Repairs?
Done.
Good quality?
Guaranteed for the life of the car, even if I sell it.
Oh, wow. Well, I guess you don't need me then. Have a nice day.
A free service that takes care of all your post-crash running around. Call Amy now. You're with Amy.
The Port Power fans' fine voice. Darren Jarman got the first goal of this second quarter to bring the Adelaide Crows to within 5 points. But now Brewer and Mead, the 2 goal scorers for the Power, have stretched the lead back out to 17 points. Towards half forward for the Crows. Charging through, Rashudo throws it onto the boot, bounces in towards the forward line. Jarman tries to make something, but Wanganeen intercepts it. Relieves the pressure, carries the ball across the back pocket. An excellent kick on out wide. Bond's got it. He's away. Shane Bond on the outer side. Confronted by Connell. Works now with Lyle. He further on. Kingsley just gets the kick in before he's dragged on down. And it bounces inside the field of play in front of Shea Cockatoo Collins. So a boundary throw in half forward for the Port Power.
Just feel that Port Adelaide just slowly getting on top of the Crows at the moment.
French and Stevens. French with the right hand. Just drops it down in front. Looking for strength to barge his way through. Can't get through there was Costa. And held up in another bounce. So the umpire's working overtime, awarding free kicks, deciding on field bounces.
Vardy up for the Crows, Bond on.
Vardy quiet to date. Hasn't been recorded with a kick or a handball. Umpire Steve McBurney trying to work it out. Brewer playing it half forward. You wouldn't pick that against Smart. The way he's taking him on one-on-one. Stevens across the body, left foot towards the boundary line. And Ben Smart spoils the ball to go on over it.
But just one for you, mate, for your comments for the Port Adelaide goals. 4 out of the 6 goals are from greater than 60 degrees angle, so they're doing a pretty good job.
They've been practicing their goal kicking, Rat. It hasn't been one of their strong points this season. I know Mark Williams has made a point of changing that ratio.
Luck.
Here they come again. Corns floats over the top of him and Bassett takes the mark. Nathan Bassett, handballs. Inboard to James. James from the Crows. He out now into the path of Connell, runs onto it. This is their best build-up. It's just floated up the half forward. It's a dangerous ball to take. Burton couldn't get it. Franco in the number 32 Guernsey. Wanganeen floats on over the top again to Lyle. Port Power running from half-back very well. The kick's an excellent one. French has got hold of this one and taken it. So Barnaby French inside 50. Made his debut in round 1, has played every game for Port Power. One of 6 players to do that. Only 3 Crows have played every game this season. Here he goes from just outside 50. The kick across the face. Corns is there and it's spoiled. Rush through from behind.
Terry, just a quick comment on the sun. We saw the ball head towards Brett Burton there. When it comes from the grandstand side to the forward line on the right of the screen, the sun is pretty low behind the grandstand. It is causing all sorts of headaches if you're trying to catch it.
Power lead it by 18 points. Testing time now for the Crows. Not a lot to play for. We need to find something here. Great mark is taken by Corns, running with a flight of the ball coming back on Beckley. He's marked between the lines, centre and half forward.
It's a great mark. Eyes on the ball all the time. And Rashudo's kick from outside must have went 70 metres.
Wow. Short one is onto Cockatoo Collins. Some lax marking down there.
They're going to sleep the Crows.
Yeah, Rashudo just tracking him, looking ruefully back over his left shoulder. I'm not sure this is his man.
Kills one of the comments what Malcolm Blight said this week was accountability, man on man.
It's not happening so far. They're the on-ballers of the Power Boys are really causing havoc, and particularly the half-back line.
Cockatoo Collins with 2 goals already. Important kick, this one. From right on the 50, it's bending around nicely. Has it got the carry? I think it has. It's crossed the line, but on the goal umpire, Cockatoo Collins has got 3.
The Athletes Village, 15,000 athletes. Just imagine the communications, logistics, 60 specially dedicated Olympic Games cable TV channels, the phones, carrying all our messaging, fax and data. Even the food orders from the kitchen will depend on our network. In fact, the entire telecommunications backbone of the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games will be handled by us, Telstra. All those people who still think of Australia as that little place down under. Hello.
Shea Cockatoo Collins kicks his 3rd goal for the 5th time this year. He also did it in the game against the Crows earlier in the season. Bickley trying to barge his way through. The Port Power players just channeling on him. He's going nowhere as the skipper.
We just saw 2 Adelaide Crow changes, Shane Ellen and Rod Jamieson on, and one of the players off was Brian Benke.
So Malcolm Blight trying to find some spark in his side. Just can't see it out there at the moment. The spark is with the Power. Bond, Shane Bond pushes on out wide. Shea Cockatoo Collins again. Hart's there with him. Umpire watching this one. He'll bounce it. Cockatoo Collins, 3 goals.
The other Crows player who came off was Ken McGregor. So big shuffle in the forward line for the Crows.
So Ken McGregor perhaps should nick down to McLaren Vale and get a coffee fix from his sponsor Pat down there. The coffee and snack cafe.
And the wind, boys, as Dennis said, has absolutely died.
Be unlucky.
Dennis, you get the feel that the Adelaide Crows are waiting for a McLeod or a Jarman to do something magic, but they're just sitting back watching.
I think you're right.
And you just wondered, you know, with Malcolm Blight declaring his hand, I think these boys seemingly have shut up shop as well. They were going to do damage, they would do it early in the game, and it's just not with them at all. Connell, he's been busy in the game.
Well, Jarman's their only forward at this stage who's even getting near the ball.
Just on Darren Jarman, Michael Wilson has manned him up, and he's the only player on the Port Adelaide team in similar body shape to do that body-on-body competition. He's done it before in games, but it hasn't seemed to work perfectly. You just wonder whether a different style of player would perhaps do a different job on him.
So Robberman and Laid again, laid up high and early. Rashudo again trying to barge through. This time it's holding the ball. More often than not he gets through, and this time he doesn't. Rashudo loses out to Kingsley. One of the best out of the centre players in the competition. Kingsley goes to half forward. Connell does well in front. Falls down now to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Looks inboard. This is a great kick in towards Stevens. Can't tie it now. He does the banana. They've all been practising at Alberton Oval this week.
They've certainly been kicking some goals this week down at Alberton. And as Bruce Abernethy said, they've been kicking goals, trying to kick goals all week, and it really has paid off them so far. We're about halfway through the second quarter. Shea Cockatoo Collins gets it, just kicks up to the top of the square. Good disciplined stuff. Quickly, Nick Stevens onto his right boot and done that check shot.
So the power of kick is 7 of the last 8 goals in the game.
So the margin is 30 points. And the Crows in real trouble.
Just inside 50, boys. Port Adelaide been in there 50 24 times to Adelaide 12, so really dominating the game.
And it's all got the better. In with Nigel Smart, play off the ball. It's getting the better of that young man.
That's been happening for a while. A lot of jousting outside the centre square. It bounces, and now the ball finds its way to Corns. Good lead, good mark low down. His marking has been a feature. And he will kick it goal from about 35 metres slight angle.
I feel that the Crows are just losing a bit. Just lost a little bit of discipline there with Nigel Smart. Gave away free kick.
Is it any surprise allegedly that the Port Adelaide runner is out there right amongst Nigel Smart?
He's trying to pacify them. Meantime, back at the game. Here's Corns getting some right to left action and kicking another goal. Power by 6.
Monday, 7:30 on 7. From the award-winning Discovery Channel. See things your eyes won't believe. Go places you can't imagine. In this unique, brand new series. Stories of the most powerful, most awe-inspiring forces in nature's arsenal. Taking the world by storm. Raging Planet. A brand new series. Monday, 7:30 on Channel 7.
5 unanswered goals to Port Adelaide in the second quarter. Jarman with the first for Adelaide. Since then it's been all Port power. Burton does the pushing and shoving. Free kick against him.
And Johnny Platt and Dave Arnfield, the Port Adelaide runner, sends his regards to you.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's a lovely man.
Josh Franco. And for us in the eastern states, I'll ask Platts at half-time what all that was about. Franco to half forward. Contest forms. Up they go. The ball falls down to ground level. Jamison can't find the foot. He bounces over top to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Jamison gets a second go at it along the boundary line. Looking to be kept in play. Allen just too nonchalantly. It rebounds off the Crows player. Out of bounds. Boundary throw in. And if you want an indicator of whether the Crows are going to fight their way back into this game, I think you had it then. Because there was no edge to their game.
I think they've already been plucked.
Robin from behind. Burton takes the ball, takes the game. His kick falling short, and Allen takes the mark. One step, short pass. Burton covering some ground. Kick number 8 to Burton. Connell, he's had a bit of the football. This will be a disposal number 11 to he. But other than those two, it's hard to find an Adelaide Crow player getting hold of the football. Rashudo has had 12. Then it drops down to 4s and 5s.
One of the criticisms with Matty Connell, he's just when he kicks a goal.
Well, here's his finishing work now. Has it faded? It has.
Yeah, there's probably just one thing what the Crows match committee and coaches think about Matt Connell, just his ability to use the ball more often than he gets it.
Well, in fairness, no easy kick that one.
No, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, we've been spoiled today. The yardstick is a bit high. 58 plays 23. The power on top. Call that one, umpire. Face to face, Ellen and Mead right there, and the ball is knocked across the boundary line. Now we've got a Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender, not from here, but from off this oval. Chris Grant apparently has taken a great mark. We'll watch it for the first time together. That is a good one. Chris Grant, the champ from the Western Bulldogs, Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender. Robrin down towards half-forward meantime. Wanganeen hit the ball hard, falling to the ground, got it away to Schofield. Hand passes in turn, comes to Lyle. Taken front on, but gets by McLeod. Spots a man across the ground. Steinberner, but the ball has been called back, way back. It's coming back to Schofield on the wing.
The umpire waited to see the advantage. He almost had it. He nearly had it there for Steinberner to run in.
One of the grey areas, isn't it?
What, he wanted him with 40 metres clear, did he?
Here's Kingsley. Took it from Schofield. Smart did well. Brewer in two minds. He was interchanging at the time. Thought about going back. Costa's got the ball. Well played there by Cockatoo. Collins to knock it away. Great body used by Bond. That was Shane Bond. Knocked Troy Bond off the line. Comes in short to Schofield. Schofield's got it left half back. 7 minutes to half time, and the Power right on top here. Showdown number 6. It's 58-23. Schofield has been busy. Just pops it across to Cockatoo Collins, one of the stars of the first half. 9-4, plays 3-5.
And Dennis Stewart-Dew has come on with that left leg of his. Looks like he's heading towards the forward line.
I hope he caught both. There goes the kick down towards half forward. Up goes Lade. Ball's in front. There's Dew. It's smothered across the line by Goodwin. So a boundary throw in. Down towards left half forward. Nice very left-sided player, number 37. Owns the right leg only for balance.
Well, Dennis, as we see, Troy is on Shane Bond, so Mrs. Bond will be very happy with that.
He picked that. Franco emerges with it, brilliantly done. Did a couple of them.
Oh, good play.
Josh Franco, whoops, he's been watching Burton. The ball wanders down towards the attacking 50. He's in the grass. Got the hand pass away, though. Lyle, Bacon square. Back they go. It bounces into the square. Socket off the ground by Stevens towards the outer side. It's a race now. Tyson and Eagleton. Eagleton will win. Gets there first. Couldn't pick it up. Crashing into him, Tyson. Tyson wants to go. Free kick to Eagleton.
Good soft balls. Two blokes having a fair dinkum crack at this.
Well, Eagleton making sure the umpire saw it, and he brings it inboard to Schofield. He goes long, strong, it's cleared the goal line, it's got accuracy, Power again.
He can kick a goal, can't he, Jared Schofield?
A 6-goal quarter, and that's only the 4th time this year that Port have kicked more than 5 goals in a quarter.
For Jared Schofield, he's probably just on 50. And he's not a very high kicker, but kicks a long football. So, great effort by Jared Schofield for his first goal.
And the chant up around this ground for Power. They're in the finals. And they're right on top of their arch rivals this afternoon. Lade, who's been very good, knocks it down to Kingsley. Taken front on, stubs it forward. Lade's got it. There's a whistle, and Kingsley will get a free. They've done well from the umpires this afternoon, Power, but they've generally been first in.
Dennis, I'm almost barracking for the Crows to kick a goal just to put a smile on the bloke next to his face.
How's he taking it?
That's shocking here, absolutely shocking.
Didn't ask you.
I just cannot believe that the Crows are playing this badly.
I wanted to read from ABBA as the ball goes out wide. This is Paxman who's pushed up the ground. 75 metres out from goal. Spears the pass in. It pitches wide of the mark. Under pressure, Bassett ricochets towards the pocket. This is Burton. Cockatoo Collins got him. Down he went. The tackle did linger. Burton will get the free kick. The youngster trying hard. He's in the back pocket. Cockatoo Collins stays with the tackle. Meantime, Rashudo kicks up towards half-back and Bickley. Bickley comes back to Rashudo. Eagleton's got him. Ball jarred out of there. Lyle slides in. And the umpire says too high on Rashudo.
And 50.
And now 50. Eagleton showing his displeasure. Moments ago, he got a similar free.
Here we go. Listen to the crowd. One like this. That's not a bad effort, eh?
Now, that's a pretty good tackle, isn't it? It was more the man being tackled getting under the arm than the arm going onto the shoulder. Anyway, Roberin's got the footy. 10-4-3-5. Not about the umpires at the moment for the Crows. It's about playing football, getting the ball and finishing and taking your chances. They've been overpowered in this turn. Roberin kicks to about 20 metres out. McLeod almost finds it on the ground, slips it away, looking for support. Bond was taken high, and he will get a free kick directly in front. So high tackles, we've had about a dozen of them in the last 2 minutes.
And that wasn't too bad, was just the way that he flung his head back, I think got the free kick for him.
He knocks around with Gavin Wanganeen, doesn't he? There's a bit of the Wanganeens in that. Bond kicks truly.
Stuck finding a Father's Day present? We've got an idea that won't break the bank.
Frame some of his treasures, he'll go for it hook, line and sinker.
Plus, a simple pasta meal combining 2 family favourites.
It is so easy to make.
Better Homes and Gardens Tuesday. Then immerse yourself in a very different world, staying with a Vietnamese hill tribe.
That's what I call a cultural experience.
And discover South Australia's underground secrets.
It's full of some of the strangest creatures that ever lived.
The Great Outdoors, Tuesday.
So Troy Bond gets the second goal of the quarter for Adelaide. Troy, the elder of the two brothers. The free kick was against the younger Shane. Robin can't clear the area. Burton quickly off the ground again, out into some space. Allen, the Crows, Mead right there in front and does very well. Darren Mead, who kicked the goal earlier in this quarter.
Gee, you've got to give credit where credit's due, fellas. The Port Power boys are playing fantastic running footy.
Well, with the free kick skills, Porter got 18 to Adelaide 7, so you know who's hit the ball first.
Yes,
quickly on out. Allen fumbles the football. Bode comes back in again. Franco very good on the up to Wanganeen. And here go the Power. As they did in the first quarter, they charge through the centre corridor, probing in towards half forward. French is behind. Stevens in front. Stevens does well. He wins the free kick. Holding the front position against Barnaby French. Wins the free. Goes on out wide to Connell. Another disposal towards the wing. Schofield stays upright. Wanganeen's there to clean up with him. The little chip kick across the body towards Paxman. Waits, holds the play up. Allen quickly to hold him up on the mark. Paxman to the outer side. Wanganeen again. Lopes in towards half forward. Kicks towards Shea Cockatoo Collins. He couldn't take it. Stevens at the back. Works with McLeod. McLeod caught up in the tackle. Slung afterwards. The umpire allows it to go on. Connell another kick. Wobbles it on out towards the wing. Front position. Mark not taken. Free kicks picked up.
Vardy back on for James.
Paxman interfering there with Jamison. Jamison on the left. Kicks in towards the 50. Smart on the burst. Good pick up on the bounce. Works in here now with Robin. Robin back to Smart. They're being held up. All he's got is a chip kick in towards Bickley. He drives it towards the square. It's a wobbler. Franco does well. He's held. Bond and Bond again. And this time it's a try. Shane Bond gets it across the line for a rush behind.
Josh Franco should have got a free there, held by the arm. Saw him go down. 17 possessions for Franco. His season's high, 33 against Carlton. Back in round 8. No longer wearing number 10. He's in number 32 at the moment. Paxman back to bring it in. 10-4, 4-6. A true indication of the difference between these two sides so far this afternoon. Steve Paxman. So reliable back there. Drives towards the outer side. Laid in from the side. Knocking it towards the boundary. It'll be thrown in. Just over 2 minutes till half time. And the Power into the finals last night without kicking a football. Celebrating in style this afternoon. Lade knocks it down. This is Shane Bond inside his own defensive 50. Gets the hand pass away. Kingsley in trouble, but not before he hand passed to Franco. Clever. Back to Browns. Brilliant smother by Ellen. It ricochets across to Troy Bond. Connell goes off a step. Centered kick over the head of Jarman. A chance for Burton behind. Vardy's in there as well. Trying to lend assistance is Ellen. Port defender at the base of all of that is Wilson. And we'll have a bounce about 30 metres out directly in front of the Crows' attacking goal.
Just feel that Port Adelaide just lifted a notch in this quarter and just seemed to got upper hand on the Crows.
Paxman gets it across to Shane Bond, who barks the instructions out of the back pocket, sends the ball very high towards the wing. Off hands, Connell. He's been busy to the middle. Robrin, can he get there? Yes, he can. And he has marked about 60 metres out. Flirted with the idea of going. Schofield got across to pick up the mark. Robrin prods it inside the 50. And Goodwin has taken this mark. He'll kick from about 45 metres out.
And an important kick. He gets this, he brings them to within the 5-goal mark, and at half-time that's always gettable. And number 49 for the left footer with the aid of the breeze. He's got it. They're not out of this, the Crows.
Well, certainly what they needed. They just needed to settle and come in at half-time, maybe being 4 or 5 goals down. The opportunity now to get back into the game is right there with him in the second half. Eddie Goodwin hadn't kicked too many goals. Good left footer, just on the 50. Finished off kicking his first goal for the day.
Kicked one earlier in the year against St Kilda. Now has his second for the season. And the Crows have kicked the last 2 goals, Bond and Goodwin. Narrowing the gap down to 28. Half a minute of play left. Laid extremely well done in the centre bounce. Beautifully under Franco. Throws it into half-forward, but there's Rashudo racking up possessions. That's disposal number 14 to Connell. Held up by Stevens. Well done, Nick Stevens. Contains him on the boundary line first. Holds him up, lays the tackle, wins the free kick. Left foot, doesn't get to Schofield. Tyson does enough. A boundary throw in outer side.
Oh, I think Matty Connell might hear something at half-time.
Just when they were developing some momentum there, Curls.
Yes, dead right. There's a smart up forward now, which is a good move.
Adelaide have to go in, showing they're attacking the game. Rashudo, Schofield, an important ball for the Crows here. They have to stem this one out, they do. Right on the siren. So Adelaide kicked the first goal of the quarter and the last 2. But in between those, Port Power have kicked 6 goals. 6 goals won. And that equals their 3rd best quarter so far this season. They kicked a 7-4 opening quarter against Brisbane and a 6-4 last quarter against Fremantle. So 6-1 does have them running into some form.
There's some heart there as far as the Crows are concerned with those late goals. At half-time at Football Park in Showdown 6, 10-4 to 5-6.
On 7 Nightly News, 12,000 dead and the toll from the Turkey earthquake continues to rise. But amid the death and destruction, more miracles continue to amaze rescuers. Also tonight, police recover these World War II medals but can't trace the owner. Maybe you can help. And the second lotto bungle in a week has officials in a spin. The details tonight at 6.
Yo, my brother, we be living it large down under. Yo, you got it, G.
With onions and that Australian slice of beetroot, the McGaws brings out the Aussie.
Oh, mate, get that in here.
In anyone.
G.
The way I see it, if you got a home loan with someone, you deserve some extra benefits.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Harris Scarf is the department store with all the big brands.
I like it.
All at everyday low prices.
I like it.
Everything from Manchester to electrical.
I like it.
Quality homewares to the latest fashion.
I like it.
From foundation cream to foundation garments, you're sure to like it.
I like it.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
Cosmetics, cameras, travelwear.
I like it.
You name it, you'll find it at Harris Scarf.
I like it.
You'll get all the credit you deserve.
I like it.
And real old-fashioned service from great sales staff.
I like it.
Harris Scarf, I like it.
It can happen at any time. You're building a bridge or moving a fridge and you feel like you're just gonna burst. You sure got a thirst. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. You're shoveling sand or building a dam. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
As I braked, I hit a patch of oil and the car just slid and slid and slid, and I was braking and braking. I really don't want to deal with this. This is such a pain in the neck. I rang Amy on the Tuesday morning. We'll get the quotes, we'll look after it. We'll organise a taxi to take you back to work or to take you home. I mean, my hours, I usually work fairly long hours, so to only lose half an hour to drop the car off was very impressive, I think, because that's what I'm paying my insurance for.
Got to say, it's just a glorious day. Half-time, showdown number 6 from Football Park in Port Adelaide. They led by 11 points at quarter time. The margin now out to 28. Bearing in mind, Adelaide booted the last 2 goals of the first half. Checking the goal scorers, Shea Cockatoo Collins has booted 3. 2 to Chad Corns and singles to Brewer, Schofield, Lade, Mead. That was an interesting one. And Stevens, a very clever one. And for the Crows, Darren Jarman has booted 2 and singles to Bond and Goodwin. We talk about consistency when it comes to umpiring. Well, of course, John, they're different umpires, aren't they? That's the problem.
They certainly are, and you know, the full credit to Port Adelaide. They've got in front and they've got the free kicks. Okay, well, it went down the other end immediately after that, and the crowd were very hostile. Within a minute, this was paid as holding the ball. At the other end, of course, it was a ball up. And you can understand patrons getting a little disgruntled by all of that. Oh, very much so. You know, the one with the Jarman one, he had the ball with him and tackled and it hugged it to his body. That one there, maybe Hart just could have got just out just with a little tap with his hand.
Seen some very interesting goals this afternoon as well. What about this one? It defies logic almost. I was never good at geometry, but how does he get it to go in that direction from there, Chad Corns?
Well, he certainly has kicked it on his, the right side of his foot there, a check-sider, banana kick, which is called here in Adelaide, and it's worked out quite well for him.
Well, at the MCG this afternoon, the Kangaroos are playing Collingwood. Now, the Kangaroos have won their last 3. Let's take a look at some highlights from that game.
After coming from Sydney Swans, well, he'd be delighted to be at Collingwood because he was a mad, passionate Collingwood supporter as a kid. There's Archer into half forward, no mark to Carey. He's got support from Scholl. Scholl drives it in towards Motlop. He's marked. He can run into an open goal. On the left foot, bang, goal to North.
Buckley away from Carey. The interesting matchup that Mick McGuan spoke about. Almost a mark to Pike. Martin farms it out. Bethera's a chance. A couple of fumbles earlier. That's better. Williams can kick these, often does. Beauty, great goal.
Good even contest so far. There's Rocker jumping high. It's kicked by Lockyer down towards the centre of the ground. Here's Betheris again from inside 50. He bobs a goal with a long one. Another one to the Magpies. A ruckman out there, someone with a fair bit of height. So it's at half forward for the Kangaroos. Here's Brett Allison. He's got it. Quick little give to Carey and a goal.
Oh, Richardson in his 100th game. Big fly from Tarrant. Bell, good tackle. Motlop, boy from the Wanderers in the Northern Territory. Couldn't do much with that. Tarrant takes the hand pass. Snaps and goals.
King's going to kick it across the ground. It flicks over the back. Carey on Buckley. That allows Bell to kick it quickly in towards goal. I think it's a goal. It is.
It's a very good close to the ground. Pike, he's had injury problems in recent times. Now he can make amends here. Scholl should make amends and does make amends for the Kangaroos.
Capuano was free. All you needed was a little deft kick across his body. Would have found Capuano unopposed. Dangerous.
Oh, gee, this is dangerous. Lane has to go off the ground. Archer to Carey. 2 of their big guns combining. They've got loose players everywhere.
Have a look at his technique here as he comes in to shoot for his second for the day.
Kick one already, so 24 for the season. Oh, and that's just scraped in, I'd reckon, for a goal.
The Kangaroos and Collingwood at the MCG. Replays are scheduled around the network, so if you don't wish to know the score, I suggest you look away now. It's half-time here at Football Park. The Power lead it by 28 points. Back with more from Showdown number 6 right after this.
Look at this, darling. They've put beetroot on my hamburger.
Oh, you're right, Reg. And if you don't put a nut on your noggin, you're going to be that colour.
Yeah, it's on yours and all. Do you think they're having us on?
No, darling. I think they just wrote their own rules and we sent them out here.
McDonald's McOz is back to stay. And with onions and that Australian slice of beetroot.
Struth. Top tucker, sunshine.
It brings out the Aussie in anyone. Could this be the future of AFL? Super athletes with super salaries. Footballers specially bred.
We may see specialist sperm banks.
Stronger, faster, taller. The next step in the evolution of football. Monday on 7 Nightly News.
You are an Australian, and we are the oil company who serves Australia. Adelaide Fuel Distributors. Professional people. Specialists constantly in touch with leading world technologies. People who can deliver the best products and the right advice. People who know there's one oil company who'll serve our country better. Adelaide Fuel Distributors, your Ampol Caltex distributor.
We've put a lot of money into our house. Now we'd like to use the equity for investments. And anything else we need.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
I like your glasses.
Yes, I bought them at OPSM. They're Vision Max lenses.
Well, they look really good on you.
Vision Max range of lenses, exclusive to OPSM. Things never looked so good.
With a budget rental vehicle, if you lock your keys inside or you need any help, just call us and our 24-hour roadside assistance will come to you. Budget drives your dollar further.
Introducing Pizza Hut's new Oven Fresh Works. As well as all the variety of our Works bar, you get to choose the pizza you want, delivered straight from our oven, hot to your table.
Pizza Hut!
Hi, darling. What's happened over there in the last couple of days?
I've met someone, and he's got 4 legs.
Telstra's $3 Easy STD is now extended to weekends. Between 7 p.m. and midnight, call anywhere in Australia and pay no more than $3. Chat for hours with Telstra's $3 Easy STD. It's like a whole night's entertainment every night.
We've been talking for 25 chocolates.
Mom!
Making it easy for you.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike. Huh? Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy. It's the ultimate AFL Grand Final weekend, including return airfares and accommodation for 2. Entry to the Grand Final dinner plus tickets to the game.
To win, collect entry tokens in the advertiser each day, then watch 7 Nightly News from Monday for the footy code word.
Tranquil scene just beyond Football Park, but inside it's been violent, it's been tough. And Port lead 10-4 to 5-6 at half-time. Cockatoo Collins has booted 3 goals. Time now for a Mitsubishi moment. Let's go back to round 6, 1988, and a toss of the coin. Let's check the toss of the coin now. Umpire Peter Cameron to toss it up.
And there you go, the coin stuck. A bleak Friday night, driving rain at the MCG, making life unpleasant for the brave 10,000 on hand. The tiny crowd unaware of the pre-match drama taking place. Out in the middle of the field, umpire Peter Cameron overseeing the toss of the coin, watched on by rival captains John Law of North and Ross Glendenning of the West Coast.
The first time he called it, muddy situation, the coin's landed on its side, so we have to toss it again, and Johnny Law called heads once more, and it's landed on its side for a second time. So as he's tossed it for the 3rd time, I said, damn this, I'm going to call it myself, and I've called sides, and I've just pointed we're going to kick that way, and we did. Didn't work though, we lost the game.
Ross Glendenning, another Mitsubishi memorable moment.
But I think it's safe to say the West Coast Eagles have been doing a little reminiscing in recent times. Thinking back to round 6, for example, when they beat the Western Bulldogs by 72 points at Subiaco Oval. Those two sides going at it again this afternoon. Here's some of the action from Optus Oval.
Grant takes the front position, did well too, got his hand on the ball. Garlick has been in great form, paddles the ball along, he's got 3 to beat, caught by Braun, tough in the clinches, Jose Ramiro bangs it through.
Chris Grant, the Bulldog superstar, finds Montgomery. It's been very handy. Drops it in short. Off hands, the crummer. Loose ball again. Powell's just come off the interchange bench. Hudson hammers it home. He's got two.
Kemp under extreme pressure. Metropolis for the Eagles. Long kick, and Cummings in the goal square. That's 82 for the season. Long kick. Montgomery up a mile. Comes to Grant. Well, he kicked an impossible one last week. Could he do it again? Chris Grant. Oh, you hero. Gehrig to the 50. Donnelly couldn't complete the mark. Winmar. Well done, Nicky Winmar. Oh, he's holding it. Strike me, Pete.
See, if you fall on the ball, you must knock the ball out straight away. That's the rule. Big bomb into the square, so it's one for the high flyers. Cummings was there. It may have came off the hands.
It's a sausage.
It is a goal. And Cousins continues to work hard. Liberatore has been a star. Back to Jose. His partner in crime. Right! Magnificent!
It's kicked to half forward, just outside the 50 to White. The Eagles desperately need a goal at this stage. They trail by 20. Kick by White. Cummings. Hands to it. No mark. Matera. Off the ground goal. In the middle of the ground, Metropolis. Collingwood running him down. Dropping in a bit short. Matera, although always dangerous, kicks his third.
So the Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles playing at Optus Oval this afternoon. Replay scheduled. You know the routine. If you don't want to know the score, look away now. 3 years in the competition, they're off to the finals, and right now Port Power lead in Showdown number 6 by 28 points. Back with more right after this.
Now at McDonald's, you can get a bacon and egg McMuffin, a hash brown, a coffee, and your daily newspaper, all for only $3.45. The Good News Breakfast, only from McDonald's.
If you already have your home insurance with SGIC, why not think about insuring your car with us too? We'll give you 10% off both.
Before we take out a home loan, we want to know all our options.
So here they are.
Whatever you want from a home loan, the National can tailor a solution. To find out more, just call 13 63 64.
If you're planning a wedding, book your formal wear this month at Ferrari's, and regardless of the wedding date, you can hire from just $49 per outfit. That's a saving of $41. But hurry, it's for bookings made this month only at Ferrari Formal Wear.
They're coming to pick me up. Pick up any large pizza from Pizza Haven on Monday or Tuesday and they'll only cost you $4.95 each. A large pizza for just $4.95. We call it Monday, Tuesday madness.
Call up Pizza Haven tonight.
You can get it dipping. You can get it chipping. You can get it having a row. A hard-earned thirst needs a big cold beer. And the best cold beer is Vic. Victoria Bitter. You can get it lumping. You can get it thumping. You can get it any old how. Matter of fact, I got it now. Victoria Bitter.
Move on it, set yourself free. Move on it, set yourself free. Move on it, set yourself free. Move on it, set yourself free for you.
It's a devious way to get her man back.
I own a male escort service.
But you're hiring a guy to make Greg jealous. Say hello to Antonio Sabato Jr.
How do you feel about kissing? And you might even want to sleep with me.
He was that good looking.
Incredible.
He's coming.
Just everybody act natural, damn it.
That's natural.
If jealousy doesn't get her the man she loves,
He's upset. This is great. He's upset.
there's always Plan B. Monday on Ali.
Having a wonderful time. Wish you were here. That's a postcard, isn't it? Looks beautiful. Half-time, showdown number 6 from Football Park. 28 points. Port in front as we go down to the boundary. Here's Curls and Abbott.
Yeah, I'll just get Neil Curley back here in a second. Down in the Port Adelaide rooms, obviously very upbeat feeling. They are playing very good football. Incredible. I looked around. Warren Treadray, Bowen Lockwood, Francis, Burgoyne, and even Matthew Primus. They're looking on. It's just the future seems very bright for Port Adelaide, and they're playing that way at the moment. Kills?
I was just checking with the Crow. There was only 3 interchange for the Crows. I thought, that's let Matty Connell behind, but Burton's on his way. He's just getting a bit of a medical recovery.
Poor Matty.
Thanks, guys. Start of the second half then. All the players on one side, with the exception of Robran, coming through as Franco. Gave it straight to McLeod. Thrown as he kicked. It goes back towards the centre circle. Costa applies a strong tackle there. Down went Kingsley. And a bounce just forward of centre for Port Adelaide. They lead 10 Port to 5-6.
You boys can see Burton walking around the boundary on the other side.
Sure can, Kells.
Here's McLeod over the ball. Is he taken high? No free kick. Eventually paddling it out of the congestion with Stevens, only to fall over. Now Dew gets through. Here's a chance to score from here. They stayed off him. Bad defence. Dew heads for home and misses to the right-hand side. But he can't back off him when he's coming, because he will go for distance.
He's a beautiful kick too, Stewie Dew, but unfortunately enough this year, I think he's kicked more points than goals, so he's just got to get that right if he wants to be a top AFL player. Playing the forward lines, he must straighten up.
So Dew, having just turned 20 years of age, a young man with much football in front of him. Hart on out to Bassett. The Crows looking for some support. Has it there with Goodwin on the left foot. Goodwin sticks it along the boundary line. There's no one out there. In actual fact, it floats right over the boundary line. Out of bounds on the full. That's Burton walking around the outer side.
Neil Curley picked up his first touch there.
And Daniels to take the free kick on the near side. Into half forward. He's also close to the boundary line, and Bassett's spoil on corns takes it over for a boundary throw in. Nathan Bassett played 19 out of the 20 games coming into today. Most regular player for the Crows. Stevens, body work in the front, gets a second go at it with Schofield. Cockatoo Collins, just the short little chip kick to no one in particular. And so another boundary throw in. So Burton, the long walk around. He's at the northern end, and if I was going for distance, I would have come around the other way, because I thought that would have been shorter. That's not the choice. It's at half forward for the Port Power. Connolly's just dumped there by the Franco tackle. That's aggressive football. Connell runs out of support, runs out of mates, and Franco just slams him into the turf.
He's played a great game, Connell.
And Julie then gives it over to Andy McLeod. So Josh Franco wearing the number 32 Guernsey, which is strange because you would think clubs would have a second number 10 jumper. They haven't the power. Free kick to Hart.
Boys, report on Burton. A knock to the chest, but doctor says he could be used if required.
Well, I'd suggest he is required. That would depend upon injuries to other players. So Ben Hart looking for options. And this is where the Crows are. It is all dried up in their forward line for them. He goes just to kick it into centre half forward, hoping something comes out of this. Picked up by Orman Allen just onto the ground. Let's fly towards the goal square. Can't be taken there by Jamison. Wanganeen doing the cleaning up. Lovely little chip kick. Disposal number 11 to Wanganeen and finds Shea Cockatoo Collins. Deep in the back pocket is the half-forward flanker.
Cockatoo Collins up towards the half-back flank. In front, Stevens. No mark. Tyson the crumb then breaks away. 70 metres from goal. They'll contest about 25 out. No contest. Paxman.
Great grab by Paxman. Been strong all year, Stephen Paxman.
Right, just the Port Adelaide bench. Shane Brewer, Mark Harwood, Matthew Bode and Roger James.
50-metre penalty now against Jamison. Brings him back inside the centre square. Much underrated Steve Paxman. (10-5 to 5-6). Paxman straight down the middle. They'll contest right on the attacking 50. Stevens from behind knocked it down. Corns kicks it straight up in the air. Play on's the call. Well, I thought that went about 10 metres. Schofield taken down. The umpire had a perfect angle on that one. It did float a fair way.
Yep, I'm with you, Dennis. But it went 10 metres the other way, though.
Yep. They've paid some shorties this season, though, haven't they? Quite often you think the umpires forget. But that time, Schofield a bit stiff. Kingsley in the grasp, got the kick off. In from the side, Ellen the big leap. It spills wide. This is Lyle. Tries to shrug a tackle from Ormond Allen. Dragged down. Hart gets a hand pass away to Beckley. Beckley forward at half-back, looking to use the ball. Robran limps across. He doesn't look too fit, Robran. Blade picked it up after Bode attacked it initially. Now Kingsley twisting, comes towards the line. Oh, a mark!
Slip catch.
What a mark by Stevens. Lunging after that one and wrapping it up. A contender for the Cadbury's Mark of the Year right there. Goes across the ground. Schofield getting in behind. Smart wants to go. Kicks down towards half forward. Clever kick too under pressure. Steinburner 55 metres out. Chance for Port right here. Robbery's off the ground. Thanks, Curls. Goes in short. Bit too easy. Eagleton is marked within scoring range.
Just get the feeling that this game's just going to bust wide open if the Crows aren't able to stem this run from Port Adelaide's half-back line and actually convert some goals at half-forwards themselves. It's just going to blow out. Power have got everything going for them.
It's going to be a smorgasbord in ruck now for the Power.
Robran looking rather forlorn there. Done a hammy. And that could spell the end of his season. As Eagleton pulls it left to right and behind.
And I agree with you there, Curls. I think Lade has been excellent, but even with Robran on the ground, Lade's work's been quite pronounced. With Robran off, it really does give Lade a licence now.
And that was a danger before the game too, Terry.
Yep. So Bassett from the back pocket gets to Costa, but he's still at half-back. Haven't reached half-forward. He has Tyson loose on the wing, goes towards him. Lade coming back, does it very well, the big man. That should be 50.
That's the ball back there.
Well, he really is making a stamp on the game, is Lade.
And you wouldn't want to know, Terry, the wind has picked up.
Seems like everything's falling Port Adelaide's way this game, but with Ken McGregor on Lade, it's going to be a big job for him with Wren, Marsh and Pittman and these types of players out. Big job for him, maybe a great learning tool for him.
Lade, who kicked the goal in the first quarter, a snap from in around the behinds after being fed by Shea Cockatoo Collins, now has his chance from right on 50. Deliberate shot with the aid of the breeze, as Neil Curley just told us, but it floats across to this near side and a single behind. Power now go out to 31 points in front.
And fellas, you may have the stats up there. Has Vardy had a kick on Wanganeen yet?
No.
Nothing.
And I wish I could expand upon that, Curls, but I can't.
Thank you.
There's Rashudo then. Belatedly. Goes for distance. Gets plenty of it too. Members side. Lay just reaches over the top. Knocks it down. French couldn't control it. Spills to Tyson. Chance for the Crows then. Tyson a searching run through midfield. Kicks inside the 50. And found a man. An involuntary target as it turned out. Bond getting in behind it. Able to mark it after a missed kick.
That's what the Crows go to do. They're going to be more direct with their kicks. Like Rashudo kicked it out there, kicked 17 metres, crumbs off the pack by the Crows, and picked up by Bond. Good mark, ran about centre forward.
Troy Bond going at his second goal. The Crows need this one, and he tugs it right to left and kicks it behind. So the margin back to 30 points. It was 28 at the major break. Real testing time for the Crows. They need to hang tough here. Power showing the energy, showing the appetite. And why not? Paxman kicks in. Members side, Lade, who's just been terrific. No contest there. Simply too big and too skillful. Takes a liberty. Gets the hand pass away to Schofield. Schofield the one bounce. Running down towards half forward. Kicks inside the 50. Not the best finish. Bassett's got a problem though. Knocks it across the boundary line. It will be thrown in just inside the 50. 67 plays 37. Schofield probably could have done better there. There's Gavin Wanganeen. He's seen Vardy off. I'm sure Peter thanks Curls for highlighting his problems. Bassett thumps it down. Falling to the ground, McGregor. Coming through on the burst, Tyson. Smart. Puts it over the top. Intended for Hart. Played it very, very well under the circumstances. Got it back to Smart.
In towards half forward. The two Bond boys stand and work at it. Neither of them get it in the end. Port Power with the numbers. And this is Bond down now. It's Shane Bond for Port. Out wider still, Nick Stevens. Excellent hands to Schofield. They've got the one-on-one going. Schofield on the burst to half forward. He wants a better kick than his last. He hasn't got it. A pair of Crows collide in the air. Corns can't get to the ball. It beats him. Boundary throw in.
Right, boys, a report on Robin. Right hamstring.
Terry Gavin Wanganeen, an outstanding performance, especially tonsillitis. He was under a cloud and told to stay away from the rest of the players for about the last 3 days.
He's been very good. Robin injured again, just returned from a hamstring problem. The problems aren't with Port just at the moment today. They're pushing forward, continually into their forward line. And this is interesting here from Ben Smart. More often than not, he'd be called a throw there, but just a little flick of the foot falls in favour of the umpire. Inside 50, Port Adelaide have gone in 38 times, Adelaide 21. Already in this quarter, it's 7-3, Port's favour. Costa at half-back, finds the football eventually, back inboard. More central play, this time into Smart. He's got some support from the run from Bickley, ignores that. Floats it on the top now towards Connell. So Connell at true centre-half forward, towards the forward line, Jarman. One-on-one, he is the most dangerous player in the competition.
Second time we've seen that Will today, just the use of the body. Just man-on-man against Wilson here. Just a little push and a great grab.
We've got to look at this fact, boys. 11 minutes and Port haven't scored a goal this quarter. The Crows, gee whiz, don't write them off just yet.
Jarman has kicked one in each of the first 2 quarters. Kicked the first with the second. He's now got the first of the third.
Tuesday, 9:30.
The last 7 years, I've been on an incredible journey.
What you will see will amaze you.
I've seen what appears to be impossible.
How can statues bleed? Wounds heal overnight.
Now experts examine what I can't explain. As science tests faith, we invite you to sit on the jury.
Seen live by over 20 million Americans, Mike Willesee presents a television event for the skeptics in all of us. Tuesday, 9:30, Signs from God.
3 goals to Darren Jarman, 25 points the margin. Interesting setup inside the centre square, all loaded to one side as you can see. And McGregor coming from the right. Lade goes up early, tries to hook it down behind. This is Costa hurriedly down towards half forward. It pitches just inside the 50. Awkward one there for Bond. It came to Shane Bond. Slips a hand pass away. Dashing away is Wanganeen. Kicks it out towards space in the wing. Coming up to mid at Eagleton. Turns around. Goodwin laying in wait. Took him down. This is Smart the crumb. The next goal, very important in the context of this game. Daniels comes across and angles it across the boundary line. Yes, if Adelaide get the next one, it will be interesting.
And boys, believe me or not, the breeze is slowly starting to turn to go the Crows' way.
Yeah, I looked at the flags and I thought that had happened, but I looked at McCoffey and thought someone may have spiked it. Thrown in, Wanganeen dragged down, and we'll have a ball up.
On the ball.
Yes, that breeze is turning around a little bit. Right to left.
Port Adelaide just haven't put the score on the board in these first 12 minutes of this quarter. Jared Schofield, probably a prime example, heading towards the boundary rather than down the middle.
Up goes Lade, straight to Jarman though, to Bond. Getting a hand to it was Lyle. Spills towards the pocket. Hacked out of mid-air and just missing. I think it was Jamison, was it? Had to be quick to see him. It might have been Allen. Just a half chance. Watch it again. It was Allen.
Certainly the Crows have shown a bit in the first 13 minutes of this quarter.
On the outer side with Daniels. Keeps it there. Lyle back inboard. Now towards centre half forward. Hart shields the sun out of his eyes. Then goes for the mark and takes it in front. Could very well be leading the best and fairest count with the Adelaide Crows, this man.
And the port forwards are starting to dry up a bit too.
Here's Vardy, kick number 1 on the left foot. It's not too bad towards Orman Allen. Hits the ground, nearly went off with it. From one step, kicks on out into the path of the running forward. Tyson. There's just a little bit starting to come back into the game for the Crows.
With the Crows, Wills, I just think that they're using the ball a bit better. They're moving the ball a bit quicker as well.
Tyson holds it up. We'll look for a contest right on top of the 10-metre square. The kick goes across the goal face. Port Power, 2 players up, both intent on spoiling the ball across the boundary line. So not much of an outcome there from Tyson with an opportunity at 45. Needed to put more pressure upon the Port defence.
Terry, we talk about tests in football. I think this is a good one for Port Adelaide at the moment.
And you would expect they'd like to have that going into the final series.
I think they're playing here a big media build-up, a big hype for this game, and then on the road next week against one of the top 8. It's a great walk into the finals for Port Adelaide.
Paxman gave it to Schofield, who hits it towards half-forward. Slapped back again by the Crows. Here they come, Schofield again on the left.
Schofield towards midfield. Steinberner. Lyle wants it out in front. That's the direction the kick takes. Lyle going back, needed a shepherd. No, didn't require the shepherd. Got inside the 50. The hand pass, though, was knocked down by Bassett. He held on to Bassett. And I think the Crow defender will get a free kick after all of that. Doubly well played. Swings it out wide, so a chance, a rebound opportunity for the Crows. Bickley releases Connell, likes a run, carries the ball after 2 bounces up towards the wing and spots it beautifully. Smart's got it, right half forward, 10-8-6-9. Crows having their best patch in this game. Nigel Smart goes for distance. In from the side, Vardy should have marked it as it turned out. No opposition up with him. Away comes Wilson, deep in the back pocket. Well, that's an interesting job. He hand passes straight in front of himself. Jarman goes across and confronts the umpire.
Now free kick.
It'll be a Port Power free. Well, Jarman has gone eyeball to eyeball with umpire Brett Allen and has paid the price, or more particularly, his team has, but they get the ball back. McLeod chips it towards the 50. Ormond Allen has got it. And he steadies. He's about 60 metres from goal.
Just his presence has made a difference to the Crows side since half-time.
It certainly has, and I think as we commented at half-time, Wills that Ormond Allen is a very physical player. That's certainly what they need.
Here's Tyson in space, can run to the 50. Steinberner tries to effect the kick. Didn't get there in time. Tyson from long range.
They're back. They're back.
Which one-ton club cab offers more cab storage space than any other ute in ute Which one-ton ute now offers soundproofing at passenger car levels? And which one-ton ute features side intrusion beams for that unexpected impact? One-ton Triton.
Mitsubishi.
Tyson gets his first, but Adelaide have kicked the last 4 goals of the game. The last 2 of the second quarter, the first 2 of this third. Prior to that, Power had got out to a 41-point lead. It has now been pegged back to 17.
The Crows may be back. The good news is the old fella next to me, Neil Curley. He is alive. He's still here with us.
Rigger hadn't quite set in.
I've had a jumper lead start.
The second bounce in the centre of the ground. Vardy renewed after half-time. Tackle from Bickley, then the charge from Bickley, then the slap from Bickley. What a skipper's effort. Cut down by the defence of Port Power, though. Lade, Jarman doing some work now. He's inspired. Wilson confronts him. Allen from nowhere hangs onto the ball. Handballs in towards Smart. Manhandled by Daniels. Allowed to go on by the umpire. Boundary throw-in right on the 50-metre arc for Adelaide on the outer side.
You can just see that a couple of times there, Darren Jarman. He is fired up. A couple of those bumps in the last couple of minutes. He's a man on a mission at the moment.
He has 3 goals. The leading goal scorer for the Crows. Shea Cockatoo Collins has 3 for the Power. McLeod, Steinburner right there with him. Just forced forward by the Crows. Smart in the front position. Looking for a free. The ball's in there somewhere. And the umpire comes into bounce.
Terry, there's a lot more urgency about the Crows outfit now.
You just wonder where that was after the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, Pearls.
That's very true. Very true indeed.
You noted as Nigel Smart left the ground during the first quarter, he didn't have urgency about him, but somehow they've been able to rekindle it. Bickley from one step to the top of the square, pushing, shoving. Paxman gets away from Jamison, a rush behind.
Great poise there by Steve Paxman. Eyes only for the footy. Knew what he had to do. 10-8, 7-10. A lot to be said about these local derbies, as they say in Perth, derbies. 68-52, plenty of passion out there this afternoon. Towards the outer side, McLeod, a fist from behind. Franco taken down immediately by Bickley. Smart hand passes inside the 50. Lyle falls on top of the foot. He needs to be careful. Penalised. Free kick to Jarman. Right on the 50. And Jarman has to give it up. So Connell will get the kick.
Just on that, Dennis, Bickley's just done a bit of a shoulder, I think, so we'll keep in contact with that.
He's been ferocious in the last 10 minutes. Meantime, Connell from 55 metres out sets it towards goal. They contest about 5 metres out. Offhands Wanganeen. Quickly away to Franco. Brilliantly done. Stayed in the same space. It bought some time and space, but now Lade's kick clears the boundary line. So Vardy will put it back in. Just under 6 minutes, still three-quarter time.
The kick wasn't what they wanted, Dennis, but just their sharpness with hands in close in defence has been impressive from Port Power.
So Vardy has had a bleak day. Took 7 goals in Showdown 4. About 20 metres out. Wade again, putting his stamp on this one. The dominant big man in the game without question. 68 plays 52.
Perhaps the only big man in the game. But he's done it. Mead. Lyle carrying the ball from half back. Power haven't yet scored a goal in this quarter. Half forward. It's going to be turned back by Goodwin, the left footer. Perfect kick. There's 2 Crows in there. Allen's the one to take it in the centre of the ground. Has McGregor out wide. Misses him, unfortunately, so this puts the pressure on the young man. Shea Cockatoo Collins does enough to hamper his left foot kick and force the ball boundary side out of bounds in front of Costa for a boundary throw-in.
It wasn't bad play by the big Ken McGregor then. It's just he knew that was a player ready to tackle him, just got the kick away.
Throwing in, Lade drops it down with his right hand. Schofield can't get through at the back. This is Stevens, he's found an opening, charges towards the boundary line, then kicks along that towards French. Stevens does well with the spoil. Goodwin again on the left foot, looking for a mark from behind. No one goes for it, and Vardy stands his ground, takes the mark. There's an option inboard. It's a dangerous one. The Power turn it back. Lyle's spoil was great. Cockatoo Collins feeds back into the path of Lyle. Has an open lead. Goes towards it. Risciuto and Dew. He kicks points early in the season. Can he hold in? This one's due, and he's missed the game.
Opportunity at Port Adelaide Bruce. They just the goal kicking in the second half hasn't been as good as the first.
It's been terrible. Stuart Dew, he's been under a lot of pressure. We know he has a beautiful kick out at practice. He's been training and practicing, and his percentage is fantastic. This season during the game, it hasn't been his strong point.
Risciuto finds McLeod. McLeod, lazy kick, gets it to Bickley under pressure, feeds the hand pass away to Connell. He's forward of half back. He kicks up towards half forward. Relayed free kick. Connell is down. Very slow to get up, Connell. Meantime, Jamison's got the footy. Bickley is down. Bit happening. Meantime, Jamison kicks inside the 50, honouring the lead from Jarman. Jarman, good balance. Great poise shown by the defender Wilson. Knocks it across to Stevens. Stevens at half-back, kicks it up towards the wing. Bode lets it bounce, can't control it. Out of bounds it goes. Order has been restored on the far wing.
Brewer on for Bode.
Yeah, surprisingly, Brewer started on the bench after half-time. Adelaide got it down to Kingsley, smothered off the boot by Goodwin, comes across to Stevens. Great evasion by Stevens. Kicks it out wide, looking for the lead, coming up from Jubert, getting back with great courage was McLeod, and back come the Crows now.
Tosses on out towards Tyson, who's been busy in this quarter, keeps his feet in the contest, has the football now, looking for support, but all the support comes from the power. Lyle honours the Schofield run, and he's Cockatoo Collins. He's got it. The man who got the power going in terms of goals in the first quarter. 2 goals in the first quarter to Shea Cockatoo Collins, 1 in the second, and now 1 that could steady the ship.
Well, they haven't scored a goal this quarter for Adelaide. It's a good opportunity for them. They've had the opportunities early in the third quarter, but could not capitalise on it.
The most experienced player, Cockatoo Collins. Game number 95 for him. Played 85 in his 5 years at Essendon. Important shot at goal. Can this stop the rush from the Crows? He's slotted it.
Ci tengo la mia macchina, sai, è proprio un amore. Capirai, quindi, mi è venuto quasi un attacco cardiaco quando ha cominciato a fare bang, bang, bang. L'ho portato subito oltre Ciune e il meccanico mi ha detto che si trattava del timing. Hanno fatto la diagnosi, me l'hanno aggiustata e non mi hanno fatto pagare mica tanto, sai. Oltre Ciune, brava gente. I speak my language.
For power, steady the ship. The centre bound structure, as Dennis has pointed out, open sides on the port side, if I may say it. Franco back this way, that way, then finds that space that was for him. Cockatoo Collins is in front. Hart does some manhandling. It's let go. Cockatoo Collins on the boundary line. Nonchalantly steps on over, and the ball will be thrown in.
Well, Kills, the Adelaide boys have shown a bit inside 50, Adelaide 14 to Port Adelaide 11, so they must capitalise in the last quarter.
French over the back, does it well to Kingsley. Can't get past Costa. Vardy works on out wide. Can't get it away. Cockatoo Collins again, and again over the line. Another boundary throw-in. Barnaby French again will try and get this over the back. Nick Stevens is setting himself up for the charge. No, fools everyone. Drops it down in front. Brewer isn't there. Missed the football. Goodwin off the ground. He's cleared it outside 50. McLeod now has to do it. Lyle wins the football. Franco. Daniels. He's got some space. Pushes it in. It's Crows defence have got it covered. And a little extra from Stewie Dew. You hope he's not getting frustrated from his misses, but that's cost him 50.
He didn't get 50 from Stewie Dew. He got the 50 from Jared Scoper after kicking the ball. It was right here. Jared picks it up, just kicks it, and he did kick a goal.
The Crows' goal here would set it up for a nice last quarter struggle.
They need one, Kills.
Just worry, Red, a little bit too much celebration after Shea Cockatoo Collins' goal, and now an undisciplined act like this. You just wonder whether they switched right on.
Margin 23 points. It was 28 at half-time as Bassett drives from half-back down towards half-forward. Smart is there. Daniels missed it. That could prove costly. Connell couldn't control it. Popped it up. Brewer falling to the ground. Allen knocks it on. Against the flow, Daniels gets the hand pass away to Kingsley. Kingsley drives it out towards the wing. An advantage will be paid. They were thinking about bringing it back. The umpire's waiting on that kick. And Wade made it okay. Goes to Franco. He's not a very good game. Josh Franco, one bounce, running down towards right half forward. Spears the pass in. Dew couldn't hang on. Controls it pretty well. Tries to soccer off the ground. It spills back towards Schofield. Don't give him space. You do it. It's a peril. He's hit the post. Dangerous man around goal. A minute to go in this term. With the margin 24 points.
Great build up then by Port Adelaide. A lot of the goals are coming back from the half-back line.
Under a minute of play left in the third quarter. Risciuto out to Bickley. Two of the senior players combining. They need to keep it going. There's another Hart. Carries it. Connell drops off to do the shepherding. Hart now 60 metres out. Pulls the kick, so there's going to be a contest top of the square. No contest. Orman Allen does enough, though, to get it down to ground level. Quick hands. Harwood works with Mead. Mead just steadying influence in the back line. Kicks across. Finds Daniels. 28 seconds. Looking at the clock at the scoreboard at the venue, it shows 28 minutes and 43 seconds. Players don't know how much time's left. Daniels right across the grounds. Cockatoo Collins.
Yeah, boys, how can a player like that get so much space?
He has just snuck away. 3 or 4 bounces, directing traffic. Now he'll have to kick. Kicks it deliberately nose over nose for the boundary line. Does it well right on the siren. And Port Adelaide get the 1 goal that quarter was most important. Adelaide kicked 2. The game has tightened up. After 15 goals in the first half, 10 to the Power and 5 to Adelaide, just 3 in this third quarter. The difference is 4 goals. Port Adelaide looking to hold on. The Crows coming back. Showdown number 6. It'll be a great last quarter.
The Taylors are making a horror movie.
We get terrorized by blood-sucking cannibals.
A love story, I like it.
Terror in the Burbs.
You could drive a truck up that nostril.
Don't hold your breath for an Oscar, guys. Home Improvement, tonight, 7:30 on 7.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Whoa, no. Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Hog's Breath Cafe has a new menu with many of your old favourites and some great new dishes. Whether you crave a great burger, a huge dinner salad, or the best steak in town, Hog's Breath Cafe has the goods. Hog's Breath Cafe, food with attitude.
Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Come on, baby, it'll fill your soul. Come on, baby, let the good times roll. Roll all night long. Come on, baby, yeah, this is it. This is something you just can't miss. Come on, baby, hey, we're on a roll. All day, all night. Let the good times roll.
Today Info Talk looks at an innovative cost-saving hot water system, the Rinnai Infinity. Ordinary systems waste energy by continually heating large stores of water, like boiling a kettle all day for 1 cup of coffee. The Infinity only heats water as it's used, so you never run out. And you can save up to 1/3 on your hot water gas bill. You can even set the exact water temperature for convenience and child safety. This has been Info Talk for Rinnai Infinity.
You'll always find the right part for your car at AutoPro.
Well, the game's got a bit quiet now, not much happening. I can't remember a more boring match.
Oh, that was an incredible play!
It's died down a bit now. Some of the players seem to be asleep. The try was.
Oh, spectacular!
Hasn't carried on, though. Very up and down game. Mainly down.
Oh, that's brilliant!
Lincoln, you'd have missed it.
For your pizza heaven, call up Pizza Heaven today.
Who thought living life could be so rewarding? By just using your Diners Club card with Ansett Australia's frequent flyer program Global Rewards, you'll earn 50% more points than any other card. That's 50% more points to put towards hotel stays, flight rewards and car rentals. So why wait? Join now and start earning your rewards faster.
William Shatner will boldly go where no sane actor dare.
The big giant cat is here!
A Third Rock special event.
You are now officially the new High Commander.
Third Rock, the wrath of the giant head, tonight.
Football Park on a lovely Sunday afternoon. Three-quarter time in Showdown number 6 put Adelaide on top by 24 points. Cockatoo Collins has booted 4 goals. Darren Jarman has booted 3.
7 Sport hope you're enjoying this match as part of the 1999 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
And I've got to tell you, the AFL has gone online. Everything you want to know about the AFL, about your club, is there at www.afl.com.au. All the stats, all the scores, all the merchandise online with the AFL. Let's go down to the boundary and Neil Curley.
Yeah, just about ready, boys. Here's Darryl now. Okay. Well, Darryl, what's your observation?
Oh, look, we've made some really bad skill errors there. Neil, I don't think we can comment on their commitment. They've worked really hard, but if you turn over like that, you leave yourself open to be exposed on the other side, and Port have done that a couple of times badly to us.
And conditions, bad luck to have Robert and Burton unavailable.
Yeah, that's the luck of the draw, isn't it? But the boys, to their credit, they really battled it out there, and if they go again like that, we can kick the first one, it can put some pressure on the opposition, so hopefully with the first couple of minutes will be very important.
Thanks, Darryl. Over to you, Abbott.
Thanks, Neil. I'm just joined by the new Port Adelaide mascot, Thunder Power. Mark Williams, though, very serious. He has got a game on his hands. He concentrated. He talked to Stuart Dew, who missed that goal. He also spoke with Michael Wilson, who's had the job on Darren Jarman, and Nathan Steinberg, who's had the job on Andrew McLeod. They're the two keys to Adelaide. Either of those players can take any team apart, so he spent a fair bit of time on that. Darren Mead, very vital in the huddle. Port Adelaide, they're here to win this one.
Thanks, Abbott. Quickly looking ahead. Match 1, Friday the 8th of October at the MCG, Australia against Ireland. Match 2 at Football Park here in Adelaide, Friday the 15th of October. Tickets at the gate or through Ticketmaster. Set to go in the final term of Showdown 6 from Football Park. The Adelaide Crows, the benchmark for the past 2 seasons, with their season running down. Lacking a ruckman, so McGregor getting a quick education. The margin just 4 goals. Adelaide, dominant once more, slaps it down. Brewer couldn't control it. Out of the centre, Connell, hurriedly towards half forward. Ormond Allen had it knocked away. Lyle played it brilliantly. Fed it back inside. Kingsley looked away when the ball was bouncing back to him. Gets the hand pass to Lyle, goes off a step with the left boot. Floats it down towards half forward. Bassett knocks it into the path of McLeod. Now he's away. Quicksilver pulls it back towards the middle. Loose ball. Getting back is Stevens. Couldn't control it. He's on top of it. Wants to be careful. The umpire decides to ball it up. They've been pretty hot on that today. Every time a player has gone to ground, the fans of his particular club have held their collective breaths. The umpires this afternoon, as always, not universally loved. Lade knocks it down. Daniels falls on top of Beckley. Emerging with the ball is Franco. Franco kicks it out towards the wing. Cockatoo Collins camped in front. Hart came over the top. Schofield put the body in. Goodwin played it brilliantly, fed it to Beckley. Beckley breaks away, kicks inside the 50. Daniels goes back, did pretty well. Waiting in front is Smart. Can he snap the goal? They trail by 4 goals. Paxman is back there again. And a couple of times we've seen that today. Knows his angles pretty well and knocks it through for a behind.
Crows big opportunity to get back in this game. Maybe if they scored that goal, they need a quick one as quick as they can.
So the experienced Paxman, a nod of the head, wanted them the other side. Obviously it was a foil left. Mead on this side, didn't complete the mark. Ball hits the ground. Bickley's underneath, can't find the out with the ball. It's held in there by arms and legs and bodies, and the umpire will bounce again. Port Power led by 11 points at quarter time. Mead and Smart running into the foot of Mead.
He's got one guy in there, boys.
Now went out to a 28-point lead at half-time. And Adelaide just made a 4-point inroad, 24 points. The difference between the sides at three-quarter time. Nigel feeling not so smart is now up. McGregor gives away a free kick. Lade has been very good. His work around the ground, boundary throw-ins, ball ups around the ground, ruck work has been excellent. Now with Daniels on this near side, in towards a one-on-one contest at half forward. Crows in front. Smart barged into from behind by Dew. Franco in the 32 jump, tackled by Connell. And the free kick to go to Matty Connell.
Smart's off, boys.
Connell has had a lot of the football. Smart limping off.
Cork at the top of the 5. Good.
Connell, disposal number 24. Gets a lot of the football. Binky just on the ground, can't get it. There it is, it's hemmed in again. Free kick to Daniels. Kingsley gives him an option round the back, ignores that one, uses Schofield on this side. His short kick to Shea Cockatoo Collins. Collins has had 12 kicks, 1 handball and 4 goals straight. Been the difference, been the live wire. Mead had the taste in the first quarter with a goal, sneaking in, but even I would suggest outside his range now.
Towards the pocket, close to the line. Steinburner, right on the line, has paid the mark. 76 to 53. It'll take a good kick from here. Sharp angle. Nathan Steinburner is becoming a valuable player in this Port team. Did a hamstring and now trying to force his way back in time for the finals. Some quality players to come back for Port. Good situation for them. Steinburner to the kickoff line. Big pack. Well, it falls right in there. Ormond Allen stood up in the tackle, but not for long. Gets it to Bickley, taken high. He'll get a free kick. Deep in his own defence, Mark Bickley. For so long, the man who set the standard for courage amongst these Crows. This year has not been their season. Bickley drives towards the outer side. Some wrestling out there. Dew is taken down. He's going to get the free kick. Pretty hard one to call. Both of them. Had a bit of purchase on the other. Now Lyle runs inside the 50. Prods it down towards the pocket. And Harwood takes the mark. Mark Harwood, promising youngster.
It's not a bad kick, Mark Harwood. He's been on the bench probably the last 10 or 12 weeks for Port Adelaide, so good opportunity to kick a goal. So he just this will be his first kick for the day.
This to hurt the Crows. The margin currently at 23 points. All their good footy in the third term. The Crows didn't make much inroad. Wonderful kick, goal.
Welcome to the Crown in Ranella.
Jewis. Oxford Landing Chardonnay, $7.99.
Jewis Scar, 700ml, $25.99.
Jacobs Creek Sparkling, $8.99. Western Export, Camden Stubbies,
$23.99 a carton.
Jacobs Creek Table Wines,
$7.99.
Sweet.
If you like to sip and you want to save, you can't go past your local sip and save.
So Howard with his first touch of the leather gets the first goal of the last quarter for Port. Now out to 29 points. They led by 41 during the second quarter. Adelaide Crows have had their comeback. They'll need to come a second time here now. Ormond Allen does well to knock it on down. Brewer misses the run of the football. Kingsley trying to barge his way through. Goodwin goes back at it again. Brewer a second time. His hands can't get it away with a kick. Goodwin on the left foot. He can do that. Pushes out wide, but there's the skipper. Gavin Wanganeen turns it back towards Nick Stevens, who can get on his bike and go. Kicks in towards centre half forward. Dew's caught behind. Roving it is McLeod. He loses the football. Steinburner overruns it. Hart handles it well. Uses Stevens on the out with the kick towards the wing. It's going to bounce in the path of Rashudo. Needs to get it on over. Does with a chip kick towards Allen. Keeps it in. Need to keep going. Encouraged to do that by Ormond Allen that kicks a beautiful one into the pocket. But Jamison didn't reach out to meet it. Free kick given against Paxman.
Tough that one, Royce.
I don't know why it was given.
Yeah, great effort there by Paxman.
Umpire Andy Coates indicating there was a cross. Paxman has told Andy Coates where to go for dinner tonight. Coates has taken offence to that and given him 50 metres.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that. That is a perfect defence, and that's just crucifying the backman for doing something good.
So Steve Paxman has given it up to Jamison, and he's kicked a goal.
The Athletes Village, 15,000 athletes. Just imagine the communications logistics. 60 specially dedicated Olympic Games cable TV channels. The phones, carrying all our messaging, fax and data. Even the food orders from the kitchen will depend on our network. In fact, the entire telecommunications backbone of the Sydney 2000 Olympic Games will be handled by us, Telstra. All those people who still think of Australia as that little place down under. Hello.
Well, you can't play it any better, but Steve Paxman was penalised. Jamison, who copped a 3-week suspension after an altercation with Scott Cummings in Showdown number 1. That lives in history. Getting a goal right there, one they needed. They need the next one. Franco out of the middle, kicks inside the 50. Backing his judgment. Bassett played it well. Goodwin taken front on, dragged down. Bassett comes again, battling in there with Eagleton. Eagleton claimed by Bassett. Cockatoo Collins came in and moved the body. Whistle, ball up, 35 metres out.
Boys, a report on Smart. A badly corked right thigh.
Bad luck for the Crows. Here's the bounce. Coming over the top, Harwood. Only as far as Bassett. Trying to crash his way through. There was no path there.
And John Mark Williams will be pleased with this. I think now the game has tightened up and he's getting physically harder and tougher just to prepare the players for what's in front of them. They take on the Western Bulldogs next week, but then their finals game.
Harwood knocks it down. Coming away is McLeod. McLeod races through midfield. Kicks it down towards half forward. Bond's in front. Knocked away by his brother. Trapped there by Allen. Over the top, Bond. Shane Bond, that is. They scramble after it. The Crows have not given up. Coming away is Brewer. Kicks it out wide. Stevens. Can he conjure something here? Right with him is Vardy. Well, it bounces back to Vardy's favour. He kicks around the outer side. Troy Bond's in front, close to the boundary line. Looks back towards the middle. Costa is free. He ignores that finally. Goes long down towards Darren Jarman. Getting back is Wanganeen under a cloud, but so good, so resolute this afternoon. He kicks it out wide, hoping for the boundary line. And that, dare we say it, was centimetre perfect.
So Gavin Wanganeen going to lead his side, Port Power, into finals in a fortnight's time. Leading this showdown number 6 against the Adelaide Crows. Rashudo, the long handball. Vinky works the ball back outside 50. Orman Allen concedes a further 15 metres. Connell's kick in towards 30. Jarman can't get a run at the ball. The skipper Wanganeen works with Bond. Bond with Lyle, and away they go again. Port Power run it out of defence. Bond providing the shepherding on Jarman. Jarman finally gets through, but can't make headway on the run to half forward. Stevens does well against French. Nick Stevens comes on in. There's Stevens everywhere. There's Rogers everywhere. There's Jameses everywhere. And there's a sports flash from Melbourne.
Another Cadbury's Mark of the Year contender. Chris Tarrant of Collingwood taking a scream with a young man who certainly has a spring. Watch it again. Where's Tarrant? Mark it down. We saw Chris Grant earlier this afternoon. Boundary throw in about 75 metres out from Port's attacking goal.
Just touching on it before, was what you were talking about before. Yes, I think it's a great way that Port Adelaide finished this game on a very big high. Just getting themselves prepared for the finals.
Terry, you were talking about just what sort of preparation for Port Adelaide, a young team. It just seems they've soaked up everything. Mark Williams is a teacher by profession. He's a teacher in his style and coaching. And the young squad just seem to be soaking up everything he can throw at them.
Umpire Coates throws it down. In fact, it's the defensive goal nearest that bounce down. Ports on the outer side. It's going to be a free kick. It'll be taken by Costa. Costa kicking towards half forward. Daniels reaches over the top, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to Port. Not sure why, but they've got it.
Yeah, binky hand on shoulder there. I just can't see, Dennis, I just can't see the Crows with enough petrol in the tank here. I think their race is just about run.
We're 12 minutes into the last quarter.
Was that Neil Curley conceding?
Come on, Kells.
I think he's put his hand in the pocket, I think.
Yeah, power man, Kells. Come on, mate.
He's just learning the words to the song.
Connell can't get it on out. Power through Brewer, intercepted into the forward line. There's Lade. He's done it in the centre of the ground. He's done it in the back half. And now in the forward line, completes a very good mark. a key player in the Port lineup. Injury to Matthew Primus early in the year has really thrown the load onto this young man.
This is his first rest for the day, Wills. I think he's been on the ball for the whole game. So Barnaby French has moved up into the ruck and he's played a magnificent game today.
He's kicked 3 goals earlier in the year against Fremantle. Kicked 4 in a game last year, so has got that skill with him. He's kicked an important one here in the last. No, he hasn't.
Flags went up, Wills, didn't they?
They got me. Hook, line and sinker.
Typical Port Adelaide trying to con a goal.
So the margin's back at 24 points, 10 minutes to go. Hart kicks off, Members side. French reaching over the top, knocked it down. Franco close to best on ground, feeds it back towards the middle, and Brewer, a couple of options to the far side, finds Lade. Man on closer to goal is Eagleton. He wants the ball, but Lade decides against that. And in fairness, Eagleton was deep towards the pocket, but he's a left footer.
Distance is not a problem there. He'll get the distance.
Good kick.
Okay.
Brendan Lade today has had 30 hit-outs.
He's kicked 1 goal, as you can see, and just moments ago from very near here. Didn't miss by much. This one a longer kick. Same spot. Another behind, increases the lead out to 25 points now.
Dennis Brendan Lade has a big day. Barnaby French probably been well held by Mark Stevenson. Probably running around the ground is probably just what he needs at this stage of the game.
Just a clean out for the young man. Lade has kicked 1 goal, 3 here this afternoon. Hart's kick in, Stevens just drops it. Franco's at the bottom of the pack as he has been all afternoon. Lyle now drives it back from where it came. It's 2-on-1. The 2 win out. Bassett in front marks well. Handballs on out to Connell. Kicks to half forward. Rashudo's the target. Rashudo just pushes Lyle out of the way. Didn't hide that at all. Lucky not to give a 50-metre penalty away when the ball wasn't given back to Lyle on the full. 25 disposals, now 26 to Lyle. Been very busy up to the forward line, and there they are again. They just keep bringing them out, and young Harwood now with an opportunity.
It seems to me, Wills, that Port Adelaide, probably for the 3 quarters so far, have played the better football. The Crows certainly had something in the 3rd quarter, but nothing sort of came after that.
Yeah, a little bit too running on with that, John. The fact that you got Robber and Burton, Smart, 3 pretty capable players, unable to compete. So, but the 2nd quarter was no doubt entirely Power's way.
So Mark Harwood, one of the youngsters in the lineup from Tasmania, from inside 50. He's dragged it across to his near side. He might sneak it in. No, he hasn't. He's missed the lot. So a penalty free kick for out of bounds on the full. Hickley to take it. Hickley, 3rd year as skipper of the Crows. He's held the Premiership Cup aloft twice. Not this year. Costa tackling on Franco. Franco 30 disposals now to date. McLeod steals one. A little bit of magic, weaves this way, that way. Back to Tyson. The smother was excellent. They're working out of the Power. They're not going to stop until the final siren goes. Connell, the short kick to Rashudo. Had some room in the centre of the ground. Takes 1 bounce. The chip kick across towards Stevens. Hanging towards Vardy. Vardy's just confronted by Daniels. Rashudo follows up. It's play on the call. Rashudo comes back. Can he clean this one up? He has Allen. Shane Allen outside 50. Benke's short and loose. Ignores that. Port get back now to cover all those options. It's 1-on-1 in the forward 50.
It needs to be quicker than this, Wills, doesn't he?
Tries again for Benke. He's got it. So Benke did all the work there. He offered himself on at least 3 occasions with leads. And on the final one, Shane Allen honours it. Albeit only just. He does get it. Brian Benke from Port Adelaide. That's an ominous looking sign. Just perhaps there's still a little bit of thought in the boy. Nick Stevens off.
think there would be, boys. Here in Adelaide, once you're a port man, you're always a port man.
Paxman again brings it in, goes short and finds Eagleton.
That would have been a handy goal. Got a careless kick. Eagleton to Shane Bond. Eagleton runs again, gets the footy, kicks it out towards the wing. Poor kick though. James has got the run of it, close to the line. Ellen tracks him. James pulls it back, taken by Wanganeen. So good this afternoon. Kicks to half forward and spots Harwood. Harwood about 75 metres out from goal. Malcolm Blight's last showdown. The kick about 20 metres out. McLeod hit the pack running hard. Got the crumb, breaks away, he's in the back pocket. Swings it out towards right half back. Rashudo watches it bounce away. Lyle with him step for step. And a boundary throw in. Well, the reigning premiers may be depleted, but it's a good educational process, this one, for the Power. The Crows have tried hard this afternoon. Lacking the manpower, but certainly they've had the spirit, apart from what was a dispirited second term. Now French getting a free kick, left half forward. The official attendance today, 42,671. So good crowd and a beautiful day. French short to Mead. So as it turns out, it mattered not what happened yesterday and last night. Port came here determined to handle their own future. They had taken care of business.
Full credit to them.
12-12 to 8-12. Mead going for distance. He's kicked a goal this afternoon. Wasn't a pretty kick, but it was effective. Off hands, down in front. Tyson coming through as Stevens at close quarters to McLeod. Out of defence. He chips it up towards half back. Well played, Rashudo. Got it on the ground. Well played initially there by a power play to knock it down to Lyle. And the kick wanders down towards the pocket. Dew has it now. Sharp angle, hits the post. Well, that wasn't his fault. Some good combination.
He cannot buy a goal, poor Stewie Dew.
But Bruce, he's the type of bloke who would come out next week and kick 8 goals.
Well, we know Brad exactly what he can do. You just hope and pray for him one day that he will get a goal, because he deserves when he tries that hard.
Good combination back at half forward, set it up. Brewer, Harwood, Lyle, Kingsley.
And Hart goes to the outer side to Bassett. So Stuart Dew has 3 behinds against his name this afternoon, giving him 22-33 for the season. We all hope it turns his way shortly. Daniels been solid in defence for Port. Tosses on out wide. Kingsley floats a handball further on towards Eagleton. Their little chip kick. Not bad at all in there with Harwood, and he's given something since he's come off the bench. That's his 4th mark.
He does this week in and week out. Wills Harwood on a good rep for this kid. He's been sitting on the bench for Port Adelaide for the last 10-12 weeks, and he does this every week.
He's already kicked 1 goal in this 4th quarter. He has kicked 2 goals on 3 occasions for the year. Here he goes. He'll kick from some 45 metres out. It goes across the face of goal. It's gone right across.
You keep on that?
Out of bounds. Stevens heads back out from where it came. Dangerously so, but Bickley's up to it. Works well, does Bassett. Finds some room, steps on out. Left foot kick towards the wing. Here's the 2 Bond boys again. Troy and Shane. Shane wins out. Now this assistance. Rogers, James, Bond. They're all out there. That's a good combination. James and Bond. Perhaps you could do something with that one, I'm not sure. And Shea Cockatoo Collins. 4 goals for Cockatoo Collins. Leading goal scorer on the ground for the Crows. Jarman has 3. Franco bursts through from the contest in towards centre half forward. Bouncing across the face of it. Settling down on the left foot. Does it come back enough? Eagleton couldn't bring it around. Another behind. 12 goals. 14 now to Port Adelaide. 8-12 to Adelaide.
Well, they've weathered every storm. Bassett to himself. Kicks out towards the defensive 50. This is Vardy. Just pops it over the top for a shooter. Left half back. Connell is on. He thought about it. Elects not to. Just over 3 minutes till full time. 26 points the margin. Vardy has run up from the back pocket, goes by hand. James around the outer side, kicking down towards half forward. Ormond Allen, spring heel jack, up he goes, takes the mark. He's about 85 metres from goal. Short one again. James has run on, takes the mark, very clever with his hands, releases Bond, sharp angle, and Bond kicks her behind. That's Troy Bond. Pulls the margin back to 27.
Dennis, I suppose John Platten will say there's a little bit of port in Troy Bond as well.
Plenty. Bruce, you should know that. Inside 50 boys for the total. Port Adelaide's 57 times, Adelaide 40. That's 17 more times in, so they really deserve to win this game.
Paxman short. Bode has got it. Shane Bond deep in the back pocket. Looping hand pass. Daniels hard against the boundary line. Kicks it up towards the wing. Favours McGregor. Juggled attempt at the mark. Half chance was all Lade needed. Grabbed the ball. Kicks it down towards half forward. In front is Corns. Closing is Bassett. It's out of bounds.
And Chad Corns, an exceptional goal in the first quarter. Has kicked 2 for the day. It's the first draft pick taken by Port Adelaide in the 98 draft. And he's starting to develop as a young player.
And Terry, the Port Adelaide fans enjoying this. This will be the last time the Power will play at Football Park this year, and away next week, and they'll be away first week of the finals as well.
So they travel to Melbourne to take on the Western Bulldogs at Optus Oval next week, whereas Adelaide host the Kangaroos here at Football Park. Josh Franco, what a game he's had. 15 kicks, 16 handballs, and has covered an immense amount of territory throughout the afternoon.
The process have been good signs for Port Adelaide today, with a lot of their players getting a lot of good touches, and also Treadway back next week, and Lockwood kicking 6 goals, 5 in the local competition.
Jury, if you don't mind, he's let a bomb go.
Honey, sure you know where you're going?
Sweetheart, it's me driving.
You're on the wrong side of the road.
Must be his first time on a bike.
Dad!
Who's up for a sandwich?
At Amy, we know there's a lot of bad luck going around. So when you've held a rating 1 for the last 3 years without making a claim, we believe it should be yours for life. So don't be penalised for a bit of bad luck. Switch to Amy now.
Don't you just love this country?
Lucky you're with Amy.
Yeah, you're right, John. That was all of 70 metres. Wonderful kick on the run from Stuart Dew. 5-1 the margin now, so it'll look pretty easy in the book as it turns out. Bode gets the hand pass to Brewer, bounces off one pro, hand passes towards half forward. Bickley came in solidly, spills back towards Brewer, head down in trouble, wrestle to the ground. McGregor in the opposite direction, kicks down towards half forward. Daniels tried to fist it forward, missed it. Dew put the body in. Benke came over the top. Troy Bond goes to McLeod. McLeod in trouble, took a while, gives it to Jamison. Jamison from 60 metres spots James up ahead, and he will kick it goal from about 25 metres out. Hasn't seen a lot of the ball this afternoon, James. Goes short to Connell. Just over a minute to go. The clock is running down, and the Power fans savouring the moment.
Yeah, without doubt, Dennis. Lade in ruck, and the half-back line of Wanganeen and Mead has been a beauty.
Matt Connell, former best and fairest kicks. Ungainly looking kick, but it's straight.
Come on, sing it for me, girls. Woo! Whoa! No! Here I come now. And you know when you hear me moaning. Do-do-do-do-do-do, da-da-da. Do-do-do-do-do-do-da-da.
The only thing as good as your cherry ripe is someone else's.
Come on, get back in here.
Adelaide get their 9th goal, and it was always going to be a tough ask for the Crows, because this week they revealed the longest injury list in their 9 years of AFL football. No fewer than 13 players were unavailable through injury for today, so they've been game, they've worked at it. Port Power, they're the ones who will celebrate this evening. Costa to take the free kick. Only seconds remaining in showdown number 6. Kicks to within 30 metres of goal. Ormond Allen up. Roving well was Bode. Across the body on the left foot. Kicks it outside 50. and out of the arena for a boundary throw-in.
Just on that Connell one, Rad, I think it's a good idea that he's had the full game, even though he's made some errors. It'll get a lot of confidence out of that.
For sure, Cos.
Thrown in, seconds remain. Lade just gets a fist to it. Jamison pushed out of it. Free kick, advantage now. Bickley gave it off to Tyson from on 50. Probes it in towards the goal line, right on the side. It's a behind, one behind. But it's the Port's game.
Well, it's good to see so many of these Port Adelaide supporters out here today. Bruce?
Yeah, Gavin Wanganeen, fantastic game. You're in the finals last night, but the boys still came to play.
Yeah, even though our finals destiny was decided last night, we had nothing to lose today, and I think a little bit of pressure was lifted, and the boys, we played a good game today.
What about yourself? Under a bit of a cloud, a bit sick during the week, but you've come through?
Yeah, had a dose of tonsillitis, bit of a sore throat, but felt all right today, surprisingly.
And across the half-back line, you just mopped up all day.
Yeah, well, just one of those days where the ball sort of helped me out a bit.
Just one of those days. Well done. Go and enjoy it with the boys. Neil?
Yeah, thanks, boys. That second quarter back there, they just came at you in waves.
Yeah, the midfield for Port was just so powerful. They just come through, and it was just big waves of them coming through, and they just broke the game open that second quarter.
The ruck situation was always going to be difficult, but Adelaide certainly played a beauty.
Yeah, he was fantastic all day for them. Whether it was in the back or up forward, he created plenty of opportunities, and that's an area that we've probably lacked in all year.
Okay, pal. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Abba.
How much, Josh? A quick Guernsey change, but we didn't miss you in the middle there. You were all over the place. No one could seem to lay a hand on you.
Yeah, I guess it was a good team effort in the end, and I guess coming into this game when you were in the finals, took a bit of the heat off us, and we just come out and enjoyed our footy.
What about the build-up to the finals now? You're there. A big game today, a big build-up, and next week against one of the top teams.
Yeah, I guess it's a good test for us. I think if we want to go anywhere in the finals, we've really got to have a good crack next week, and after that we'll reassess and have a good go at the finals.
You must be confident with today's performance. A very good game, and big players, especially in the forward line, to come back.
Yeah, I guess we got Treadray and Fabian Francis to come back as well, so we got some quality players coming back. It was just, as I said, it was a good team effort, and it was a great win.
Enjoy it.
Thanks, Bruce.
Josh Franco, terrific game this afternoon. It's official. The balance of power in Adelaide has shifted. It's shifted to the power. They will represent South Australia in the finals. They win by 24 points. A terrific performance. 13-14 to 9-14. They led by 28 at half-time. And try as they might, the Crows couldn't get back in the second half.
Full credit to Port Adelaide, Dennis. I just probably feel that the whole week has been a bit of pressure on them by coming up with the Crows. The Crows had nothing to lose today, and by the results of last night and yesterday's game, I think Power came into today's game thinking that the pressure's off them. They can go out there and play some good footy. Over the last couple of weeks, they haven't done that, but certainly today they can say that they're ready for the finals, and hopefully for next week they go in with a big game against the Western Bulldogs at Optus Oval next week, going in pretty confidently.
Yeah, nice tune-up for them. Missing some players. Of course, the Crows, it's well documented how many players they've got out, but it doesn't matter much now in terms of what lies ahead. But for Port Power, it does, as we go down to ABBA.
Yeah, just got Brendan Lade. As Darren Mead just gives me a block and Shepherd on a tackle. Lady, well done. Just seemed you had a fairly good time out there. Not too many big men in the Adelaide lineup.
Oh, yeah, it's not too bad. It's been a bit easier with having got a recognised ruckman, but Robin and McGregor, they did all right, so it's a good win in the end.
Did you ever think you'd get a rest? Because you basically rucked all day.
So I've been tucking the bag all day. I'm absolutely knackered now.
Enjoy it.
There's an insight for you. And slipping away quietly while all this is going on is Malcolm Blight. Of course, he'll be back here again next weekend, coaching in his final showdown. What an impact he's had on football in this town. But for the moment, it's the Power who celebrate. Rapturous fans, a club used to success. It hasn't taken long. Their third season in the competition. The first two under Jack Cale, and they were competitive from day one. And now under Mark Williams, they've gone a step further. Plenty of youth, a lot to like about this team, Terry.
Oh, there definitely is. And we look at back at that first game that Port Power played under Jack Cale. There's some 9 players who are still there, and so they've been a cornerstone in this development over the 3 years. But you look at some exciting young players coming on. I mean, we've spoken about Stuart Dew, just what he can add to it. Chad Corns we saw earlier on just show us some of the skills that he's got. And then Harwood after half-time, when he came off the interchange bench, he really gave them something in that forward line that they could kick to and actually even convert for them.
Well, they've got the bragging rights for summer. Indeed, we saw it this afternoon. They improved their record to 12-9. They led by 11 points at quarter time, 28 at half time, 24 at three-quarter time, and they win by 24. Cockatoo Collins booted 4 goals.
Could this be the future of AFL? Super athletes with super salaries. Footballers specially bred. We may see specialist sperm banks. Stronger, faster, taller. The next step in the evolution of football. Monday on 7 Nightly News.
The Paris-Dakar Rally, 7,000 kilometres across the scorching deserts of North Africa. In a race that most don't even finish, the mighty Pajero has dominated. Its nearest rival, the mid-sized Mitsubishi Challenger. Now Mitsubishi has developed the Pajero EO, all the toughness and durability you'd expect, but in a more compact form. Mitsubishi, the toughest four-wheel drives from here to Timbuktu.
Maybe it's because we live in a hectic world that we all strive for a better quality of life. At Mawson Lakes, you can live the life you want, the way you want to, with lakes and parks to explore and enjoy. Friendly, leafy streets where you can leave the car to walk or ride. Homes designed to work for you, saving you time and money, and tomorrow's technology at your fingertips when you want to use it. At Mawson Lakes, it all makes sense. Look for the signs on Main North Road.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Okay, guys, this is it. If it was easy, everybody could do it. Your country is expecting the best from you. Remember, winners don't quit and quitters don't win. I know you won't let them down.
Okay, guys, let's do it.
Knit one, purl one.
Help these guys stitch up the Sydney 2000 Olympics on Green and Gold Sock Day. Buy your socks now.
I've got a stitch.
He wasn't very good at shot put. High jump? No. He was no great shakes at hurdles. And discus. Oh, he could do better. But boy, could he run. Find out what you're good at. For little athletics information, call this number or visit the Athlete's Foot.
The champion's going to win it. What a move! And it's there. Yes! What a magnificent goal. What a chip.
See more action. See 7 Sport. On Today Tonight, the Croc Attack heroes. Dave jumped on his back, saving their mate from certain death.
He's terror, absolute terror.
And the best breads.
You've got to make sure that you know what you're getting.
Revealing which breads are best for your health. 6:30 Monday.
The Lake of Showdown number 6, we're back at Football Park. And Port Adelaide win by, what was it in the end, 24 points. 13-14-92 to 9-14-68. They led at every change. Shea Cockatoo Collins booted 4 goals. Chad Corns a couple. And for Adelaide, Darren Jarman booted 3 goals. And really, John Platten, looking back at this one, they were challenged a few times today, Port, but they showed maturity.
They certainly did, Dennis. A great work by Port Adelaide. Probably in the third quarter they were a bit shaken up, but to their credit, came back. And that's probably one of the things that Port Adelaide are very good at, especially to starting off very, very good and then finishing the game very ordinary. But today did it quite well.
These are highlights from the second half. Darren Jarman did some good things, but not cited enough as far as...
Finished up with 3 goals, Jarman.
Yeah. Probably their only forward, really. The only man they could go to. Tyson, not bad, had his moments, scoring from long range.
The big thing here, I think probably the whole day was the tackling for both sides was very, very good. I would think that Port Adelaide came out on top. The use of the ball right from the midfield from Port Adelaide. Look at that, Charlie Cockatoo Collins and Danny loved this, kicking 4 goals today, and probably back from his deathbed last week after
came off on a stretcher.
Yes.
I made the point during the commentary, you give Schofield's pace at your peril. He uses the ball very well, not only kicking goals, but if he gets clear, he set that one up to Cockatoo Collins.
Certainly was. And Stewie G, maybe opportunist, missing a few easy goals, but to his credit, came back, kicked a 70-metre goals, and confidence builder for Stewie. Hopefully, as I said, going up to the finals.
So the numbers on Showdown number 6, and they're pretty even.
Pretty well much even, yeah. All the kicks and the effective kicks, 143 to 40. I say the tackle is 25 to 31. So both sides had a fair nicking crack at it, which is good. Inside 50, 58 to 42, and you can tell by the scores, Port Adelaide too strong through the inside the 50s.
Okay, John, you were doing the voting this afternoon. How did you go?
Well, Josh Franco got my 3 votes, so I thought that he played a sensational game right through the midfield, 31 possessions. Brendan Lade, sensational. Like, I know the opportunity there was for him to play very well through the ruck, had 30-odd hit-outs, and Braden Lyle finished up with 27 possessions as well through the midfield, and that's where all the drive come through Port Adelaide.
So it was the Power, home by 24 points, back with more in the wake of Showdown number 6, right after this.
This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI, Cadbury, Mitre 10, Ultra Tune and Sip and Save.
On 7 Nightly News, 12,000 dead and the toll from the Turkey earthquake continues to rise. But amid the death and destruction, more miracles continue to amaze rescuers. Also tonight, police recover these World War II medals but can't trace the owner. Maybe you can help. And the second lotto bungle in a week has officials in a spin. The details tonight at 6.
Tonight on 7, he discovered a secret the rest of the world would kill for.
You run and you'll have every gun-carrying idiot in the country looking for you.
From the director of The Fugitive.
I've got him.
Matrix's Keanu Reeves.
Someone's setting us up.
Academy Award winner Morgan Freeman.
You said you had it under control.
I did. For the first electrifying time on television, Chain Reaction, tonight, 8:30 on 7.
Dad?
Here's a dad who knows just what he doesn't want for Father's Day.
Dad?
Yes,
have we had the tape measure?
And here's a specialist who knows exactly what kind of toys your dad really wants. And here's the Toys for the Boys catalogue, with the chance to win Dad one of 2 fabulous Fords from the store that's been giving dads what they really want for decades.
Hi, Dad. I made this for you.
And here's you feeling pretty good.
Help a puppy become a guide dog by purchasing a puppy clip-on and celebrate Guide Dog Puppy Week.
Connecting now. The Offspring, Americana. Songs from Ally McBeal featuring Vonda Shepard. Fatboy Slim, you've come a long way, baby. Price Busters, top-selling albums at $22.95.
What do people in business need to know about the new tax system?
When does the new tax system start?
The 1st of July next year, but start preparing now.
How will I find out what I need to do for my business?
Information will be mailed to you starting in August.
What if I want more details?
Call 13 24 78, check our website, or talk to your tax advisor. The new tax system. Make it your business. Authorised by the Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
Researchers at the Flinders Medical Centre are involved in a study which could have huge ramifications in the fight against bowel cancer.
It's well known that diet can play a significant role in holding back the steps which lead to such cancers. In fact, the fermentation of fibre and starch in the large bowel is central to this research. Professor Graham Young and his team have now established that one of the chemicals formed in this fermentation process is capable of retarding cancer development.
Well, certainly prevention is better than cure, and if you eat a healthy, balanced diet, there's a good possibility that you'll be able to reduce your chance of getting bowel cancer by 60 to 70%.
The Flinders team are also working on detecting cancer at its earliest stages with a smear test, which can identify warning signals carried by molecules inside the bowel.
In human terms, the reward for this kind of research is priceless. For early detection of bowel cancer can lead to cure rates as high as 95%.
Proudly supported by 7 Nightly News and Bank SA. This match in the 1999 AFL Premiership season proudly brought to you by AAMI and Cadbury.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the showdown live here on 7, but another match played today was at the Optus Oval between the Western Bulldogs and the West Coast Eagles. We'll pick it up at the opening bounce. Your commentators are Drew Morfitt, Kevin Bartlett and Gerard Healy.
Umpire John Harvey about to start the game.
Braun bumping into Libber.
Well, not quite the fireworks of previous encounters even before the game started. And the whistle's gone out of the middle already as the Bulldogs go forward. Was that paid by the umpire 50 metres away?
It was. He was looking for something off the ball and he duly found it.
So Ben Cousins takes the first free kick up towards half forward and a beautifully delivered kick out to Williams. Williams from just outside the 50, past the goal square. Oh, well done, Gary. Great mark.
Long and direct, straight out of the middle. One kick wide and then another one straight to the top of the square where this exquisitely talented player has just taken a mark. And KB, they need a wild card to bob up. He's only had a few games back from injury. Maybe Fraser Gehry can lead the charge.
Just his 8th game for the season. Left footer. And he's missed it. Listen to the Bulldogs fans cheering that one. But we saw in the close-up the difference in height between Gehrig and Pretiuk, so maybe Jason Dunstall talking about the Bulldogs' small back line. He might be spot on the mark.
Well, they've always had a small back line, but Scotty Wine does get back there and gives them that extra height. He does it very well, probably better than any ruckman in the competition, getting back, building a wall, filling up holes. Curley to bring the ball back into play. Scotty Wine's the target. Gardner did well, took the front position. Alice adds a bit of height to the defence as well. Pumps the ball back towards the half-forward line. A bit of pushing and shoving. Liberatore, make that Montgomery there, caught from behind. Gets into the back of his opponent. Just having a look at centre-half back, it's Ashley McIntosh, and that is a free kick for a push in the back. It's McIntosh picking up Grant. And Jakovic pumps the ball down. Kemp in front. Will mark in front of Brown. Bit of skill between those two. Well, Brown's been playing in defence lately. This is a poor kick. And Todd Curley takes the mark. He's been playing well. Curley in defence. Did a great job on Tony Modra when he was in full flight. Former Collingwood player has been a bit of a surprise packet for the Bulldogs. Nathan Brown does add kicking power from that half-back line. Finds Montgomery. Marks in front of Donnelly. Grant lead is on. McIntosh is picking him up. He goes for the longer option. He was looking for Garlick. Reed got a hand to the ball. Happy to take it over the line.
He's looking around for spare players in defence. It might be a defensive sort of game, but you never know with these two. 9-0 the last time. The Eagles got on the board quickly. There was a game a couple of years ago when one team kicked 8 in the first quarter, 0. The other team kicked 8-0 in the second with no breeze. Bulldogs into attack. Winmar hitting the ball very hard. He's hit some form in the last couple of weeks. Cleared by McKenna. A terrific kick by Guy McKenna out to Morrison. Morrison dashing down the outer side. Up towards half forward. White. Too far out to score. Inside the 50. Phil Matera. Gee, the pace off the mark was far too quick for Curly. He's scorched to reach that mark.
Interesting matchup, Ellis against White. I would have thought that maybe White's got a little bit too much pace and dash for Craig Ellis.
Well, the breeze is blowing from the far side of the ground, and so he might have a bit of assistance for this one. He'll be kicking from about the 50, near the boundary line, and you wouldn't rule him out. Matera for the first goal of the game. It's close. Good effort.
Well, you just have a look at their forward line. White, Cummings, Philip Matera, Donnelly, Gettig, and, well, Cousins on paper here, but he hasn't started there. Kemper's actually gone up forward. It's a very, very talented side, this West Coast Eagles side. Something hasn't been right. The chemistry's been poor the last 2 months. Got to detect that there's something going on here today.
Great start by the West Coast. Philip Matera has booted 45 goals for the season. He's the best goal-kicking small man in the competition. Scotty Wine against Gardner. Cousins, clever play, down to Williams. Hooks it around the corner, back towards the half-forward line. Mitchell White got shoved under the ball. Chance for Morrison. He could kick it hard. Kicked off the ground by Kemp. He needs a kind bounce. Danny Southern runs smack bang into Cummings. Kicked off the ground. Chance for Wirrapunda. Danger. Wirrapunda from outside of 50. It's looking for Morrison. Can't take it. Stretched. Danny Southern on the rebound. Didn't quite hit his mark. Finds Johnson. Comes away from half-back. Plenty of kicking power there. He finds Dimatina. Back in the side after being out for a couple of weeks with a hamstring. Plays on quickly. Beautiful kick to Grant. Chris Grant drills it. Now Hudson ran into the umpire. Taken away by McKenna. Heads for the line. So a boundary throw. That's what the boos are all about here at Optus Oval. Because umpire David Howlett got in the way.
Yeah, there's not much the umpire could do there. He was a stationary figure. It was Hudson that tried to lead behind him. So I think the crowd are being a little bit harsh on the umpire, but it's open slather when the umpire gets in the way.
Cousins ripped off it by Hudson. Jakovic burst out of defence for the Eagles. They've started pretty well, the visitors. And pass to Gardner. Gardner keeps it low inside half forward. Half volley for Cummings. Play on, no mark. Ball spills out behind. And the Eagles are ripping in here and have given away a free kick. And it'll come back to
Dimatina.
Paul Dimatina to take it from just behind centre half-back.
Danny Southern on Chad Morrison, Kevin. It looks as if Morrison would have a little bit too much mobility for
He could have, although I don't think we should underestimate Danny Southern when he's playing on a player who's roughly the same size in height.
Darcy keeps it low and Hudson marks just forward of centre wing. Kick by Hudson to the 50. Cousins is there to juggle and mark. He plays on quickly. They have come to play, the Eagles.
Some rebound football. Metropolis comes away from half-back. Again, Morrison's the target. He's got Brown to beat. It was a poor bounce. Danny Southern also got clean bowled. Kemp the tackler. Brown does well. Kept his footing. Rockets the ball to Tony Liberatore. Back to Brown. Some dash out of defence. The Bulldogs' defence. Jason Dunstall said it's too small, but it's got plenty of grit. Crediok gives it across to Johnson. Pumps the ball down long. Montgomery's running with the flight of the ball. Too much carry. Boundary throw-in. Toss back in. The West Coast have started well.
Southern's moved over onto Dean Kemp, and Brown now picking up Morrison. So I just think they had a feeling, KB, that Morrison with those early possessions would have worried Terry Wallace with that matchup.
Grant takes the front position. Did well too. Got his hand on the ball. Garlick has been in great form. Paddles the ball along. He's got 3 to beat. Caught by Braun. Tough in the clinches. Jose Ramiro bangs it through.
These are the stories of the most powerful, most awe-inspiring forces in nature's arsenal. A brand new series, Raging Planet, Monday on 7.
Happy birthday, dear. It's A&R's night birthday sale. Desks are discounted, software's discounted. You'll find discounts everywhere. Or $19.99 for this internet-ready computer package. It's a genuine birthday sale, so hurry into Port Adelaide and Melrose Park.
If you're thinking of selling your home, don't. At least not until you've read this. The First National Real Estate Home Seller's Guide can help you obtain the best possible price in the least amount of time. This easy-to-read guide covers everything you need to know, from selecting the right agent to preparing your property. And once you've sold your property, this booklet can also help you prepare for the move. So if you want the best result when selling your property, call now and we'll send you this free Home Seller's Guide.
Hot water gone cold? Need your water heater repaired or replaced? Call the 24-hour hot water helpline on 13 19 23.
Australian workers live in a free country. Now they can work in one as well. If you choose to belong to a union, you can. If you choose not to belong, you can do that too. The decision is entirely up to you. If you're being intimidated or discriminated against, call this number. Or maybe you'd just like a booklet. Freedom of association. It's your call.
Authorised by C. Ellison, Commonwealth Government, Canberra.
The Perfect Fit now has the perfect offer. Monthly memberships for only $39. Now that makes perfect sense.
If you're planning a wedding, book your formal wear this month at Ferrari's, and regardless of the wedding date, you can hire from just $49 per outfit. That's a saving of $41. But hurry, it's for bookings made this month only at Ferrari Formal Wear.
It's a devious way to get her man back.
But you're hiring a guy to make Greg jealous.
Say hello to Antonio Sabato Jr.
How do you feel about kissing?
It looks like Ali's plans are about to backfire. Monday on 7.
The Eagles got the first goal, but the Dogs have hit back with 3 in a row. Gardner and Wine. Gardner, beautiful, but a bit of a fumble in the middle by Braun, but Cousins helps him out. Punch by Ellis from behind is good. Gehrig. Back into the centre square. White, ball pinned to him. Well, Libber, he's tackled his own man then. Bulldogs man had a hold of the Eagles player, and Libber came in and said, I don't care what colour you're wearing, I've got you. He got Ellis.
Now there's a player down.
The West Coast Eagles runner has just gone out to Chad Morrison. There's problems up forward. And Morrison is going to exchange places with Phil Reid. Looks like it's Crediuk down on the ground for the Bulldogs, but Morrison's gone down to pick up Garlick, which means Phil Reid, after 10 minutes, is going to the other end of the ground.
It is Stephen Crediuk. He's tough. He'll grit the teeth.
He's got any left.
So he's coming off. This leaves him one man short defence at the moment. Wine, short kick, still inside the centre square. Taken by Cousins, those quick hands, gets it back to Donnelly. Edge of the centre square, chip kick finds Braun right on 50. It's a bit dangerous to take him off under those circumstances.
Still one player down.
Gehrig.
Stephen Powell coming on.
Couple of the beat, does well, he's quick, super quick. just playing his 8th game. Had it and lost it. Taken away by Johnson. Bangs the ball back towards the edge of the centre square. What a duel this will be. Grant was held without it. Listen to the roar going around Optus Oval. Chris Grant, the Bulldog superstar, finds Montgomery. It's been very handy. Drops it in short. Off hands. The crummer. Loose ball again. Powell just come off the interchange bench. Hudson hammers it home. He's got 2.
Just too tough in the clinches at the moment. The loose ball gets would all be going the Bulldogs' way, as with the hard ball gets. They just come charging through. They're working hard for each other. The run is just going with the Dogs at the moment. Maybe you've seen a lot of footballers, but few would beat this bloke in front of goal for accuracy.
Well, the Bulldogs were a man short when Crediuk went off, but the Bulldogs got a goal.
His own man crashed edge with Scotty Wine, and Cousins has gone to the forward line and Kemp into the middle.
Back in the middle, so the Dogs have kicked the last 4 goals of this game. Kemp under extreme pressure. Metropolis for the Eagles. Long kick, and Cummings in the goal square. Leading goal kicker for the season, and a chance to add to his tally.
1 centre bounce for Kemp, 1 clearance, 1 goal coming up for the Eagles.
Cummings has kicked 81 goals, 36 for the season. And with this round and the last round, maybe a couple of finals, 100 not out of the question for this man who's at his 3rd AFL club. Should have no troubles here. That's 82 for the season.
Well, it's all important on these shorter AFL grounds. Just 1 kick out of the centre. A long kick, that is. And you're down there in the goal mouth. And Daniel Metropolis, who's doing a reasonable job at the moment on Rowan Smith, has just lobbed that one down. But it appears that Rowan Smith has just moved also. We'll keep a check on him, but he's no longer on the wing where he started.
Bulldogs by 11 points. Gardner comes in, gets his hands on the ball first. Kemp read it well. Manhandled by Johnson. Still inside the centre square, all tied up by Libba.
Libba laid 9 tackles last week. That would be an all-time best, wouldn't it, in a single game?
Well, for several seasons he was the leading tackler in the competition. Here's Dimatina. He's tough also. Back to Powell. He's had a wonderful season. Young man from St Kevin's in Melbourne. Taken away by McIntosh. They want holding the ball. It's a loose ball. Libba always feeds the ball out. The playmaker. Johnson rockets the ball wide. They do it well. Back to Jose, who pumps the ball inside 50. Again, coming out in front. Big fist away that time from Garlick. Came from Morrison. Looks like a change may have been made there, with Morrison picking up Simon Garlick, who started well on Philip Reid. There's Morrison on screen.
Just having a look at those hard ball get stats. It's the Western Bulldogs 7 to the West Coast Eagles 2.
Grant, there's his shadow. McIntosh, loose ball, boundary throw in.
Wirapunda on. Nicky Winmar's a good battle. They're in the goal square for the Bulldogs at the moment, but they have been pushing up even as far as the West Coast Eagles half-forward flank, where David Wirapunda got a kick.
And hacked out of the air by Jose across the goal face. Hudson. Chance in the pocket. Well done, Bluey McKenna. Hudson keeps it alive, though. But now Kemp's got it. Beautiful skills by Dean Kemp. What a great player he's been over a long time. And look at the disposal to Gehrig. Back to Kemp. Best player he could give it to. Another perfect disposal to Gardner. Just forward to the wing. Michael Gardner to the 50. That's a beautiful kick. Fewster takes the mark just inside the line.
Just on Gardner, of the 6 centre bounces, he's had 6 wins against Scotty Wine, but the clearances are 3-all.
Kick by Andrew Donnelly, right to the goal square. Punched through defensively by Dimatina for a rush behind.
Well, the West Coast Eagles, just the 1 win in the past 6 games, and that was against Collingwood, who are cellar dwellers. So their form has really dropped away after a magnificent start. They thrashed the Bulldogs by 72 points in round 6. But a lot has happened since then. Dimatina, an important player for the Bulldogs. Out in front of Montgomery. He's had a great opening term. Goes short, finds Powell. Slips around his opponent there. In Braun, it's a poor kick. He was looking for Hudson. Djakovic with strength. Started this game well. Mitchell White to Kemp. A touch of brilliance. Cummings. Great play by the Eagles. It was all set up down back. Morrison was involved along with Djakovic and Mitchell White. Then Kemp and then Cummings. So the big guns firing for the West Coast.
Yes, and there's no doubt that Dean Kemp is just one of the class acts in this competition. He's still the West Coast Eagles' most creative and the best midfielder they've got. And I know Ben Cousins is on the verge of taking that next step into superstardom, but it's Dean Kemp, to me, Kevin, that gives them the drive and the creativity to make so many goals.
82 goals for the season. Scotty Cummings. This is one aspect of his game that's really improved his kicking. He's got it.
"7 years in the making, an event for the skeptics in all of us.
I've seen what appears to be impossible.
How can statues bleed, wounds heal overnight?
Now experts examine what I can't explain."
Tuesday, 9:30, Signs from God on 7.
Let's talk Ford Laser.
It'll be music to your ears. The Streetwise Laser with a free 6-stack CD and standard air from just $19,990. Plus there's airbag, power steering, a roomy interior and new edge style. Laser's powered by a fuel-injected multi-valve engine and you'll be powered by the beat of the free 6-stack CD. The Zippy Ford Laser has great handling and from $19,990 with air, it's unbelievable value.
Now you're talking Ford dealers.
Dine food critic Natasha appraises Dine's new duck and turkey recipe to ensure that, as with all of Dine's extensive selection, it's made with only the finest ingredients. Yes, there is no finer way to dine.
If you're planning a wedding, book your formal wear this month at Ferrari's, and regardless of the wedding date, you can hire from just $49 per outfit. That's a saving of $41. But hurry, it's for bookings made this month only at Ferrari Formal Wear.
Just over a year ago, Bob spoke to a CPA for business advice. Ever since, business has been booming because the CPA doesn't just help you with your finances. They help you see the big picture.
Hi, it's Bruce and Stuart with Parafield Traders' massive electrical discount sale. LG 68cm, only $8.99. A big 11% off. Sharp ProLogic Mini System, only $6.69. That's 12% off. This NEC 63cm TV, only $7.59. That's 14% off. Orion large screen TV, only $18.89. And that's 11% off. Parafield Traders, 5 stores under one roof in the Big Blue Building, 1181 Main North Road, Paraka. We'll see you there. Happy birthday, dear
It's A&R's night birthday sale. Desks are discounted, software's discounted, you'll find discounts everywhere. Or $19.99 for this internet-ready computer package. It's a genuine birthday sale, so hurry into Port Adelaide and Melrose Park.
This is Natasha, chosen as the Dine food critic because of her highly developed sense of smell and impeccable taste. Before she approves any Dine recipe, she ensures that the ingredients are only of the highest quality, making all of Dine's extensive selection simply irresistible. Yes, there is no finer way to dine.
It's the ultimate AFL Grand Final weekend, including return airfares and accommodation for two. Entry to the Grand Final dinner plus tickets to the game.
To win, collect entry tokens in the advertiser each day, then watch 7:90 News from Monday for the footy code word.
Umpire Harvey gets us underway. Gardner and Wind. Knocked up the ground by Johnson. Oh, well played, Darcy. Just cut through the pack like a knife. Long kick. Montgomery up a mile. Comes to Grant. Well, he kicked an impossible one last week. Could he do it again? Chris Grant. Oh, you hero! Oh, that is just something out of the box. Super goal.
What a way to start the quarter. What an absolute star he is at times. He really has, well, he's just a superstar, this bloke. Have a look at this. All the way. 1, 2, and then had the ability to finish. And it must have missed that goalpost padding by a centimetre.
It's a good view of it. No, it's not. No, he knew it. He was happy.
Bulldogs by 14 points. 6 straight goals, the 3-4.
Gardner
So
again.
what a start. Thumped away that time at ground level. Mitchell White beaten by Crediuk. Left the field in the first quarter, got a heavy knock. Nicky Winmar leads it for his teammate Rowan Smith. Runs into the fence. Boundary throw in. Yet to have a possession, Rowan Smith. And also Drew Banfield yet to have a possession in the game.
And
He's on the bench at the moment, I would
he's
think.
on the bench. Doesn't look injured either, which is strange. And joining him, Fuster, Crab and Rintoul. And for the Bulldogs in the second quarter, the bench is Cook, Dent, Howell and Steve Crediuk. But he is on the ground now.
The young and the old. The veteran against the young gun. Scotty Wine had it and lost it. Mitchell White tried to crash his way through. Appeals for the free kick. Wirrapunda tried to slide past his opponent. Just couldn't quite do it. It was a good tackle. That came from Mallet. Here's a chance. Dimatina on the burst through the centre square. Kemp's got him! Great racing and chasing and tackling. Sensational acceleration by Dean Kemp. Now, did Dimatina hurt his leg then? I thought he might have grabbed the back of his leg. He's had hamstring problems. We go wide. Mitchell White, so versatile. Kicks the ball back. Big pack of players. He was looking for Cummings. Here's Fraser Geary. He's good at ground level. He's got the acceleration. On the right foot, quick snap across the face of goal. Hits the point post, out in the full.
Well, Dimatina was run down from behind, but Dean Kemp had to go past a couple of Bulldogs players to get to him, and I reckon Terry Wallace at half-time would want to know where the shepherding was.
Kick in a mile and a bit of a juggle. Mark completed by Williams. Andrew Williams playing in his 24th game. Looks for Cummings, but it's chopped off by Wine. And Liberatore right under the ruckman where he should be. Kicks back over centre field. Oh, top mark, Grant. Well, he's 80 metres from goal. He puts it inside the 50 for Montgomery, who waits at the back, and Donnelly lets it get behind him. Oh, good tackle. Garlick didn't know which way to go. It was a top tackle by McKenna. Ellis for the Dogs. Floats one back in. Garlick is a bit slow. Cousins hand pass knocked down. Johnson